Champions League no and the confederation matches ni bi owa wo mu ebebo Senegal on say omuni Morocco sense bi ebewura mu na ya di nkomo on say badges and as a jersey bia no wo mu crown bi wo mu de to ani or de to ani mu badges na da ni mu no wo wini a wo de star wo design star eto na Morocco foi na afi Senegal foi jersey latest as Senegal foi you know star no emze wo ma dia to man is o ese Capo de omo di ama Morocco awie awon so ebewura ho na enra Ghana be ko World Cup a wa Kimpiski na nya asem to akra we ye fundraising ye e de ama supporters enso mako superstars wo mu show up one Satawali what the $100,000 ato akire as am perform fan pushes supporters wonu abeko akoshe enso de no 101 and half no enso ngari to 101 no dollar na so BT sata say one meboa ehon sam wa na mu ono de wachiche mo de bi ba nyom ana afi physical cars a de to akire ehon sam o ha na afi engineer planners ana meboa
engineer planners
okay
engineer planners and
Ibrahim Mahama
okay ono so
$5 million
US dollars so empany for say you close to about $30 million US dollars
and it is about the shako this is you man kakra now all the say na eko
why we musika no we
that's kakra bienza o musika kakra bienza
we dey ketu bienza nti be fo ba wi akram no say we dey
dale zika manfo yi o nye sika ketu o
musika we ni nyama we kra say unya video Capo nya nyi
say sika manfo yi no ho nra no
just say
yemo shatan stone boy abaso
me check here no
yemo ma abaso ma ya
check here ne say you cham $10 million US dollars
sir na say akabe less than you say 10
you cham 10
na I say akabe less than 20 million na be nya $30 million
anti curtain so donate kakra
sir
no
every president
one of for kakra to so
okay
security ye kakra de kakra
so no do omo ne di ball na nim team na say omo de donation bi anse dan ye isa ana
na audition kwa akwanyane
the leadership example na say Ibrahim Mahama yi 5 million ko so 2 million every president
every president dey 500,000 krama pe yeah because Ghana for so share the every president dey ba
be ansana o ma kanaba
because Satawali from sommbra omba no so say o ye Ghana for
to mo support
o so ye Ghana ni
wa odi ani mu no
o so ye Ghana ni
to be so TFA president
mientene ka o Ghana ni ana onya Ghana ni
racket mzano pay the ya no pay edi o
Ghana ni ti so
kroma sika form mientene nka mze sika no doso
na you obi on mo be donate a sika ne mabonten
sa
ai minimum bi o
I say babonten
ora neck down so abiam
neck petroleum
yes ono donate sika mabonten on pesa
ono say crowd obetimi am 30 million go betimi
na
nick we too much
odi agu say okay ti
Nkranza
we super Nick that's what Nkranza Brady yes papa super say ye nya doye ye ma youth aninje ene ade de we super
ni papa ni apia stadium apia stadium ni papa
say onu huna no that from sa
it is ni papa ni apia stadium ji Nick that ye child pay na
kwaje friend oni krom ye friend kwaje krom
oh okay
yes
so de wunim ho nyina
yes ona okay ti buy no ona this akwade ko
that pressure odi ko Nick Nkranza ho ezo me
openi dia o ka so ko obobo sikatu ama ya obobo sikatu pe se unyina te no ba
wona betimi di akọ
openi Nick dia
Bernardo pay Nick oze o edi papa yes ntimi jiri so no so be donate omo doso agasefo but mama mre se na your coat aye be che amanko for betway and anto de enye we ni emra executive producer no pay OKT ranking yes the top ranking member na wono ebo adwuma ye Sadra kana afro mu a woman can precious no nyina boy ya chidom ne de fancy Di Maria woman enso eka obi abeda for a Newton Peter Latte and ano pe akomia mezea ana fe Michael Asarebodu and Stivo omu nyina tachire and ano pe yima ana direct show no de amaye sese panya asemeto Kojak woman tachire Kojak Chako toothpaste no ana make kan wasam adama se na ano pe obetwi usia eno Kojak na make kan for day amount Kojak and the regular fluoride ano enso to wanum enka yefi o ana fe ye ka Kojak Pro code utina paiwa wunya adre biara boa adre wa adwama 0244559597 afi wadu nkomo betway meba so na ye di betway nkomo na mum power specialist heba hospital ya ma me doctor akoso adre ya hepatitis ana fe fatty liver eba ni sam prostate ana fe ulcer ni ade di aka wunyina no power specialist ya ma me enso agina kira all boy ye chidom ene anope ba hunu kuma se fe ya se bosum chiro awadre ya janse no do ani atren kraso akobenya SCP road wa ano bo adwuma 0244544422 na fe wonenom adin kom ha pasco aba capsules no your liver ana problem nso abema liver draw into sano so ama me so brabo no obenu mienu anopa mienu anwumre brabo no enso be ya adwuma kama amia on se ne bibia nso ngadana kwam 0557453579 na wadin komo emolate aba supplement no ana make kan wasam adema sa emolate die ene se wutie me na no pe na we adwuma e wo jan we maame no we adwuma wa wiemu ene adwuma den am ye emulate na eboa na fem anonso atimi ama immune system no I am very strong and stronger na nyoma nso atimi akoye de ama baby ato adro bia no wo benya adro bi enso ato natural and a company limited woman taroma a weak erection wo say the true man capsules no we ne bia beboa ana fe ya ban say lack of sexual drive what draw you first love capsules so don't so beko kama ana fe Congo ointment no enso ringworm ana sembia pompo bi na pio nsa bia obefa adro bi na de asra so 0249017101 na wadin koma na no pe Lawson na Daruma Lawson beverages homode Lawson Deleman Peters aba we bema we amrentam owmpama wadro ni oba okwa fichire wote ya Lawson Deleman and a capsules and so wadro be pace no e de afri 0248619999 afi wonso oni adin koma na betway womu Adaruma na betway say yen kan just a bet ni de obetwa na mum uta the platform abetimi atwa no so ye eno aye betway uta nyina na wa accumulate points ye fa bibi betway rewards eno no edu ba bi na ho kire wa ultimate convert points no e ma ne ye cash wo se yen kan say woni mfie no mako edu nwotwe ekwa uchebi obatan enyi kra
Tabia ba company industries and say Jasona when me say drum dia bania Tabia takum na anano probeta free bi na wadebe na bibia I can what think asema take obejina brane and no Supremo ejaculation na sebetu and instruct down malaria and tetewa and Tabia ba mixture onumbia and also sebetu deku and instruct down bia tron draw Ghana bia kwa chenu pan yenso yetimi atona tese we benya bi tomato 0243686861 now no answer to Makasa Alaska Star Enterprise Semen Culture Sabon Original wallpapers blankets paper sofa covers decorative watches and flowers also Panova Bajodia and some the fina culture sounds for the name of Papa P and answer to the banana pay would want to work Kumasi Doom the Prudential Plaza and the beach and Mrs. Anochi Plaza first floor and what and cry your circle tick only in one man. And I'm posted when it's him. To do so, as edition 0256330075. Now, no answer to Makasami Dimafo, Herbal Center, Air Doctor, Time, Adaso, and then another place, Sebia, Yadia Air Tetel, every stroke and Jaya, Diobana, Bama, Wontumi and more sexual weakness and a hour, Yadia Bank, Corner Doctor, and so every time and torso, and on a pay what the time to talk to Yarfo, a year and 4 years so, and so a block August School Johnson, who do a doctor all day at time and torso. And what you pokwa samara Dr. Adeto so fibroid adayema ebana nisesia ama bias ato kama 0244774282 na no enso atima kasaruta natural product na ayamiensa no ayamiensa jawbano so konkro na ruta mesta no de makacho se malaria and ehuna na ganation se malaria symptoms na uhu bi se ebi aba wi di anima adu abanom ruta mesta anobekuno na asatu ayawase anaposa body pains asenso timedemo and nuati sebia wodi an immune system no sweat my emre no pomoja no circulate Ruta Life anabanam Ruta tonic arabo na treat typhoid fever na bia so talk my bia ton do bia kwa we say come 0244 485632 next 124 and sweat workers everyday prices for everyday people and on pay your 20 money and sweat to high sense akache yankon konkoje na bibia so etimanya kama efaban television eban fridge and freezers air condition and up mobile phone sound system and up me patrols for woman kokofobia so etim edia banana pay wo corner so kwakoje the showroom so Ghana nyano and on pay your bie ko na kwajo de na bias etikwa kama cement vital herbal mixture and capsules aya guy about to see and some atmedama ebia ayo to sin tintini and atchecho broni fan statica and anos exma afei obona brema sis ebo gaga wodoni ne wudum bia anos ebetia ko bra 2 minutes sit back mesra oya panyini nempo ukwakwadi agro ewo mpema enye 2 minutes and 3 minutes some mesra wada ko person fight aba make sense capsules ne binan to say anopen 24 baby aton do bia kwa we say kabizo 240 616061 na ne panifo kasa see was atrakukulant no enum ana make for enum enso timi edema senkani anam person vehicle owner so domo Ghana ni ntwelem ni ntia so nya say bia uyusu na some myself cars and a private cars anam person commercial cars uyusu truck anam person bia the chorosan and your bus so do ubatusu na so de babwa na so timi ede go engine na babwa see was atrakukulant in the amount engine no enso entimi rust overheating and sancho no the chorosan engine na want to switch up and wabra what the see was atrakukulant be eso etwa go kem e ma kanu so nantiyo ante se problem bia eso etimi ma me so bia anaposa odian so be contact see what for this year it was 0544-133-1699 and sweat workers ABA heba collect me so that anano pay also for us to so check Ghana for now no busa Ghana for some new some at say bia odia no pusa wani me pacho ebia ete NSC so adia wachi awu adia ba hu so hu ya tro crocodile hu ya so crocodile me pacho Mozambique ko so Mozambique me so wada ko ebia so ya de na bia entim ko kama enam entim fama na pacho wani de eno ne ukania wo so de anapa awiani anadwira ya banu stroke and jaya their prostate enlargement and tetwai ebi heba kene komo and almost etabo kidney problems how do na fokoda mo na almost timu akuma se kwada so dwena se yo mema kachechi opa ye bojuma and potoma and na hinkro so jebe Ebenezer preschool me pacho ho anya wa ye bojuma 0541565199 na mpanyfo kasakaristic company limited mo and Zahara mix energy capsules na ba ko pe do bi bubo na bia etuka kwesa sansa gu na se ne komo no so a ebetu ose so atibedama oya bema na oba etu ose de kudeku afei e ma na kwa fiche betu wis ages antema me ani ade nya no modo Zahara mesani G capsules ko pe bubo na bia etuka kwa bia ton jo bia kwa we say kabi 0246348334 na so ne mpanifo kasa 3P garlic mixture and also hetim e ojaso kopa binum bi sesia essence ababwa na immune system no so atwa brane menstrual pains etu ase debia dauna etiti unya 3P garlic mixture anum etu ase Johnson tantama ya woma mesawa da 3P ana abwa afi asthma tetewa na tetewa 3P na ana abwa ba bia to ndo bia kwa so per 3P garlic mixture kopa bibo na bia nya kama from 0248928824 na ne perifo akasa
wo era se yamre na afi toa yen common so ha yen question of the day and ya drew so ene amuzupi adaroma amuzupi enem ya re drew say we oba we bema na utie mi na wa fa infection say enem ya re wanya gunu na se Canada wanya bi wo hu edwa we pa ni nyina no wadru no amuzupi ana mekanfo ama na no pe pharmacy ana for drugstore bia be remu o call pharmacy a unsabe ka be enem pa de ya re de dre ana beboa na eji won so nsem ede afri ho ede ama na doctor asiemu say players here do mo atoso no Rooney ana fe Neymar wo mienu nie you say sign one for your team say wo sign bako our team say Neymar ana fe Rooney prime Neymar ana fe prime Rooney time anu mo gina wo mu ena so yi bako efama team ahwan ana nka wo be sign no eno ayenkomo a ye di ne na anopetra wadwen e wo Facebook no so na yenredi emfa ema Neymar ani Rooney Neymar any Rooney do any easy sao
bayere
se tobacco
so beto Rooney
o beto Rooney
wa beto Rooney Metoroni
Intiga.
Okay, where are your question post as in Speed Boy as in Neymar and Neymar and who and all Neymar all day and Odiaba afa Junior Alonso as in Neymar Nana Casti and some echo and so Adama Neymar tell you come temperature as Rooney on any day so Anna OTFGH as so Neymar on any day Santos Junior Echo Adama Neymar Golf Mayo as Neymar without injury Richarlison Stowe as Neymar on any day Asumadu Emmanuel Rooney Benji Fancy and so Echo Adama Rooney Saifa GH as Neymar all the way and Odiaba fame. And then Wakusu Kojo Chrome and so as a Neymar official Kofi Parker and so as a Neymar Sasa Daniel Kofi Chum and as a King Chumasi as a Rooney or your all-round player or say we call it player and on us Adiaba afa Kevin Peters and so Oko Adama when Rooney and on us Eko and so Etimidamanti Capo where a question I say the no so Eda no.
Well, Richarlison Stone say Capo Neymar on any day and Odiaba Daniel Kiss say Neymar proper baller and no ayedene or the about Malik Escata or says watching okay and we had what the about Sky Far as a couple update on Madrid okay you want some Ebeba way Jerry Blanks Jr. was he always Neymar Jr. Dos Santos Jr. and no Kode Amani Jerry Blanks a messenger or and so de Abenano pay any will so Richmond Nyako was on any day Neymar Ayobia or no super picking Ibrahim Abdurrahim as a Rooney on any day Ibrahim message no John Alex and so message as a Neymar and John Alex Kode Amana Kwabna Ebo as a Rooney on any day Rooney all day and on also natural day Abenano Pen as a Rooney and the German for Kwama Holy Boy say good morning okay was saying Barakadi Salah to all Muslims, okay, and no holy boy message or no, and so they Abba Omar Saba GS Lakonzi from Aguna Abodom Neymar, and no echo Ediaman and a messenger, one also a day Abba and Anupea Edibi, and so Mamrano Asuse call coats Nuna Yen call foreigner infalitas no to Asu, and Anupe Diedikaim 145 odds. BW47 6BB D50 145 no they are twice 72 odds BW47 69B 0C7 72 they are twice 10 odds BW47 6C1 1AA no 10 odds. The atmosphere 9 BW47 6C1 959 9 odds no the atmosphere 8 BW47 6C2 2B0 8 odds ti na menka hona
okay
omwa na bibia nso nya fanti ya also no eni bibia edi dem den asemketo akwa amro ne aba great also the fireman inside God so was ya biem e wo barbering salon omo monitor ya da masepa ti yenkomra na yemfa
oka great also dey na makai bichim udu bichim so bichim lorry station one ma traffic light last wa because wa station bar yaw and the guys ni nyina yes and no say love name massive and no yeah no massive
you come on aba
yeah and love name massive pa
hey you just for the obo we man nyina yo dey abuzu ya come on aba na ya to so you Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV time for foreign ye kwamono ne abasisia
agwanwa juma no you ya me wo hoda sa obeya juma asachre ni no you ya me wo cheme ma kwaba sa ujidudia obeya ma juma ye bompaye shamachi shra yehuwa ilahenu yehuwa ekat we ahata et yehuwa elohika bika luvika uvika naveshika uvika miyodika tode yashach Todi Yasak. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
And I don't know more code now. More can you best so at the amam area foreign news never sign for code no at the atoso de amam already a project and some atoso live on Facebook and Juma day and I'm so now for YouTube and also no yen I'm so later singing a banana matches our a so our premier no Man United or more HMU and a game no so now in come Spanish La Liga Villarreal woman shall 3 Maria Sociedad woman take academy no Italy so Cagliari Calcio woman Sabina Napoli Pomo Kabakwa woman and some Antimiante and Afe Ubena Denesi Calcio woman so game no eba so Maganwa woman Antimiante and 2-0 ana Denesi Calcio woman track Gan woman Antimiante Germany so our RB Leipzig come 5 ama halfin and woman so Antimiante Udu French Liga AC Lens woman 5 ama Ankes one woman take Kadum no back away I match no pass you about room our games are I don't some never basu no young Ramu na in the okay to young Senegal and I don't pay near come on na Senegal for no and ra woman federation woman Jasia and also I am Nasmasia woman and some latest appear Puma I am a woman no woman and some a day a be a postie na omu postie woman a Jason no I war and the omo handle and non Senegal woman officer handle and a postie na adebakwa ama Senegal so waters no woman jam our chroma and say on say woman anya and the titles no makomako and the chamienu a woman jitumzo afcon dem and you make ko dem a woman na woman star I ball woman Jason anim no on say oje afcon ba ku bia ya ma star ba ko na dia bani o Jason anim ani adia na woman removing in a star no and some a free Jason anymore nice about us and say more adia Efe and as a calf na yasia to protest at the free one no efe for mama kwako post Jasia crashed and as a star and some adia ye jiri asia wini mama post Jasia ya remove a star no and so at the free crest no match as ne womu edja almost ne womu ejiri sa de efe ne de woma sarandam at the amaka afawie eno ayen koma efru one man de ba don sabri nyina no and some adema na no pe ewe ntuma so na nuno Espirito Santo a manager I want to and some say the nuama and some nyina say no akasa na do dia to the nyina say womuzan say Afcon title no wa wonim de call na adeba ko na wom and so say what say yaje and the title at the ama the omaya fene say Morocco and was say what asem no na asem we de ase ayanajo manasem pa say ono ensom atibi say ya bobo awie na bo na ya bo awie no utimu say ibese ne musumi bebrenie na ya te say Senegal for ya te title from some adema Morocco adwen pa woni wagidi say ni player aya fani say Malik wono age wono ya Senegal ni na wono de wagidi say Malik na title holder Morocco for onimwo mu de onima aya Senegal yentie Nuno Espirito Santo kakra
and they won it.
International football, we had some other news this week as well with Senegal. Yeah. And CAF deciding that they were going to reverse the decision and take the title away from them. Did you watch the game at the time? What did you make of it?
I watched the game and I recall perfectly what happened and the episode that happened. For me, what happens in the pitch stays in the pitch. For me, Malik is champion. That's over. All the decisions that come after that. But for me, Malik, and he's happy, and I think he deserves the medal.
Have you ever seen anything like that? What happened that night?
That I recall, no. No.
Because it was a crazy game, crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, and was the final. Many incidents. I recall that the manager gave the instruction for the player, then they returned. Sadio Mane made a big role on that moment, and they won it.
Have you spoken to Malik? Because he put some stuff up on his social media. A lot of the Senegal players have put things up basically saying you can't take this away.
I don't see the social media. I was with him and I give him a hug and I said, for me you are the champion.
international.
Area West Ham United coach no Malik unim Senegal onim Morocco eno eyen come day atudwa day awon sam ni nyina no de ema ewe dwumadie so Bournemouth fenra ewo vitality wo mutena fie ene Manchester United ebo 2-2 za game we ano see pa na samacha eno anso etima course so e kan sam nyina no Abrante friends Ryan Christie wono ebo go aye dikan enso no ho at 67th minute no wono bo go ade ema your friends are Bournemouth and Sana Krupi Ebobako on 81st minute penalty and some Ademo Mansana Bia Yenya in a Bruno Fernand ball and a penalty at the Atuna today. I'm a Manchester United and Sana Hill and some Ebo on goal at the Manchester Way and some Adenia 2-2 hour in the gamer and across the game across the red card and some call Adema Harry Maguire our match and also let me across now Manchester United Oma Palaipa a game no manju empanifwe and our players no omoda so waters na say on the waters no the more travel and so from Manchester eba so bote and the team no into mo ebo wo sam arema so waters na bra wo mu awie game ni nyina no ya Manchester United aseta wo mu enso Majirisa boys no Ajirisa so waters ayade enteso mo da wonum ase ebremu den wo ma betachre ama wo mu afa drawn game 1 point and so at the Manchester and on playing if one Mateba na Manchester United for no woman say corruption our Premier League no dey am say arise akosropa na the woman can say on penalty woman ensom enya ye a referee tune and isa brewa sabi why bibi our tata basimu ata say on person biaba usene wonon na ejino adwen pa na o say de ne anuaman som lesitie any penalty wonum ejiri sem bi asanki eche adema Manchester United red card na sam ankiaje anasembia ensadanya red card ni nyina no ayo mu ade o makasa hweboya ene OKT AC ensom ngadama boa wo mu dikan efaw amat na kasa referee kwa no eje reference watching and na referee ya de ope ensom no game na Manchester United foi wo ma palai edwa o highlighted as wa na sam wan kasa be jaje enuama no som letime koso na Premier League referee I finished what actual wonu anagina sa game odi na mayu force sa referee we ya wonu na sam be the month of January womu a game against Burnley referee womu say go reviso da bi what disallow nyesa referee onu enti Manchester United for no womu say never ever again so referee you be appointing say o make the Manchester United game woman say referee cost you 4 points this season and 4 points you know over Manchester United points woman awo nanke de 4 ebeka wa Manchester United go ma directly and the woman the woman can you say referee no woman yan Manchester United next game woman and so na bonasa Manchester game piano and ya so woman here in the side referee your friend say no ono and so yes to an actual an African person I want some referee chef no woman na aya kronfo eno aya Manchester United o messenger woman adem aba na enra Casemiro on Maguire penalty anasa Maguire red card wono some anya ye on penalty issue no and ready to das wono oba England maza wono adeba ko betimi aka ne ze adiki tuwa bi oye Premiership no ma foul o tackle kakra bi o foul we say ya adeba ko a we ya na red card esu we ya na yellow card esu anu ya adeba ko a ema Premiership no a different league compared to Gambia Spanish Premier Division La Liga awo no enso nwatimi abobi wase a La Liga no enuama bebre koso ne mom on se den hu referees no ese wo mu ma yellow cards and red cards de ne eno so nwati o Premiership no enu ya de ba ko it doesn't sit well with me sade no on shada nyintum e ma ne ye so Premiership no de enuama wo mu ye no e ya de se referees no amademo and de ko mo fa so handle matches no e ya ebo adwen ene ntiaseso no e ya Casemiro sama wano ade atuta so latest ni nyina no ya tem leba Michael Carrick ya busani za mame on Maguire penalty no red card ni mom na ye ni nkomo anwo so Omudie, Rafina Jem, timer, red card, ne buy no, na as almost time, no, na almost movementa, and how Manchester United, me a copy was a red card now, bam, Gordon Tamo bought 10 against 11, and to over the day, as I to me, a quambe faso, over copy, and to by the no almost a quambe faso, a copy with a red card, manager Michael Carrick, Kakra. What did you do?
My first one is he's definitely got one of them wrong because he's give one penalty for us for the same thing that he's not give one. There's a 2-on grab. So Mateus one he gives, the second one on Amadi doesn't, which is I think it's almost identical really. If you 2 hands on someone in the box and they go over and they're in control of the ball, for me it's 2 penalties, but it'd be interesting to see which one they acknowledge is wrong, whether the one that we got or the one that we didn't get. And it's a huge moment, and you don't give it, they go down the other end and score, and then it becomes all of a sudden, it needs to be a bigger penalty to overturn just because they scored, when actually it's a penalty and it should be a penalty if you've already give one. So, a bit baffling really, to make sense of that. And because they score, then the game flips a little bit and changes. And then we ended, I thought we defended with the 10 men after all that. Very well, and the boys coming off the bench and finishing the game really strong. So that was a big positive for us to take the point in the end, because we've seen them win late here, and so we take that. But the penalty one's just astonishing, I have to say. One of them must be wrong. My first one is definitely
of course manager no and I would tell him come and you Bobby at your man's okay nya on decision our no and some referee no take on a fair of play what church you move at the Abera red card incident Harry Magua and some nya no and come manager no edin and red and come and so bonano pro into me so now Manchester United you call Liverpool and now pay mama ana slote near come coach at the Liverpool no our pressure and more busane say na o contract no dabena mbia obe renew de ama Liverpool eboboko no and dem to that so mo dey say how central for enya sana football ya jumo sambia we win game back afeni a start ni ya ka dabena back to so dabena back extend ulusu back ya be sake ujidi say ni ya be pamo was football doesn't work like that sambia we win back ni a boni dead manager ya there when coaching or we need back ebe bona baso olusua na ye twa na chi dabena nei uja jumana to akona ni nyina mu no anu adi to us onye surprise with this any questions and central for ebisa majuma central ni dia oba over pair asem enso akoka enju oba ensem bia ese obisa wonso obenya any answer ese obisa na do to dan say ono de wore ni game against Brighton anu ana ya de say ni ono so e focus say that be am so betima ko say that be ya one manager no bibia so be dana kwamu ade amana no ayen sama coach ade matudo Mohamed Salah say Salah no say na issue ni city and say or maxil issue or injury problem kakra na do betimi aka say we can do there Mohamed Salah anya available for Liverpool and some game and betimi abaso na do can say Salah anya available no on some your ball in the matches ni we na international friendly and some other so entiade as national team players ni nyina no obi a depart at the according national team coming to Salah no and some international duty ono ebetimi akom and no ayen koma ono eretu do mu san say Salah form no say ana so no ana so asem we wakan Akaka wakano 1,500 times and no ogusu repeat ya waka na mo some tro for the bia mo babisa ana Salah form no go ne ma ana say ni ade no so no wodi kan kasa Liverpool wo mo fifini wo no eya djuma abranti afani say ene ohwem ene meford wo no ma anu asepa na obeka se Soboslai e wo meford wo ya djuma ni nyina obo adjuma ne kama onya ball edada no the ball e call fight na mo do betima kan say in open play see a bobo na wantimi an generate and the chances our anim ho na ball na ntimi an going to the boxer e be na Salah yenya na amare usembia Salah so score goal and asembia Salah esquanda na mo ball na nuwa eno anembia be ma ene prolifically yen said usembia Salah ejina nimu a wototo ntena basabasa de ama Liverpool eboboko no eno yensama ene wade boss as a manager DS wo ye ene say player form etikwa manager esa ukaja enso mnesom electricity ekikimi na jam enso timi electrify player no into oguso awa se ne sala form yi enso abeba no ayensema manager etem na to don Liverpool na me adoma ya tesa samai ano be sepa na summer transfer yi ya say wonum ebe busy A+ bese onye busy na the woman say onye busy no woman say at least omenya one winger e won 10 wawa ebe boa ama Liverpool team no enu man so mtima ko into 1 or 2 players yi enso omo wese nyame adoma wonum ebe tima ya busy na fe woma beefy up the wing na fe enu man so atimi akokama no reporter ba mama John Terry our Chelsea legend John Terry JT eno no eru ba bi na nya sabetu akra John Terry no ana fe wose Bozengwa our chire Branislav Ivanovic bubobi Gary Cahill on Saturday no chire pa de pampe na Ivanovic no ginechire on kasa Ivanovic on kasakra oginechire why say mumu na manfo na nim zambia onim kasampo masa obo no wansi John Terry nie Gary Cahill enie na se Chelsea chire anu asepa na legend akaso was Moses Caicedo aya interviewer wakasam adin komafa womani PSG A2 no they are 2000 na PSG for na omu a very tough opponent and na PSG for of course now omu are the best currently womu ana champions and was masa the old Moses Caicedo okay can Chelsea team no a team ye lose A2 utie the old ball now lose A2 Uria member my excuse biasa and na opponent no better when we are better opponent and the JT say Chelsea one language and omotias here and you win after ulusu you lose 8-0 and that's 8-2 on aggregate our Champions League more a disgrace at the match Chelsea evoboko na no JT sama what you are to do a fire back a Brenra now or your TikTok live and day one on some a day and come ever to da you don't some a day by Liam Rosino niani koma Chelsea manager no reporter manager say amze muamuni zemia yeah pamono amanako any day say Chelsea owners no omo amane detailed information about Namia Duma transfer window and also by say woma din komo access Chelsea team no ahwe bebia womu befi team na beboa na Namia Duma transfer window de bia womu atimi atoto e di abantia say and the board of director sporting director at the Emma Chelsea and Chelsea telephone woman and Liam Rossi as to player I woman did say Nyame Anten woman so mo kan wabom Nyame Adoma 18th of April against Manchester United dano ebe Saturday almost stage a protest to the protest no omo tre and the Chelsea telephone say Chelsea team no and Saturday a project FC said in the Wontumi win affair and I am come free as we are there by the I want something no and some not the eba na mame Enzo Maresca and after a branch Enzo Fernandez and Commander Koso na after Chelsea omulusu omu game no and a branch Enzo Fernandez ekotin koma wari etu dwan koma de tu dwan nyina say enwema esisi wa Chelsea no bra ontiasio as a player continue maybe I say one and it's a Chelsea team no wumi a team bia Chelsea team yi na omu bobo omu she omu winning a day all of a sudden omu teya omu say omu change coach adan Enzo Maresca ama coach fufuro Enzo Ngaba wase odatwene ho twene ho a wante asem wase football there wonum say kanema ekoye na results ba nka ya maintain coach ana coach Enzo ma football identity say Chelsea ball no level ni nie ana Chelsea style way and omu ball ni nyina na Enzo Maresca Enzo ngade bank kakra wonum awo wow coach Enzo ngako in the middle of the season anoya dia Enzo ngahaje pa entano de ojiri se onim panifo and some anyadre and no iron comma a free player fan Enzo Fernandez bar from a coach your fan said no Enzo Jajume I want the choir fan is a Maresca no you doing some $1 dollar on a doom come I want the presser I brought Chelsea match and Everton ever but common course Emma was Rhys James and the injury situation Rhys James was saying Rhys James why a little bit frustrated say want to me my bomb for my Chelsea more there ebia Chelsea Harry James wache na nka PSG match na nka unua masani ade anamo ni nyina mu no wasem nkakra mu din komo oguso a oye work enche sooner than expected yebe hu se ne Branch Harry James and some Barbe Dirijuma no ayan komo what they are to that Champions League move free we say match 8-2 against PRG mafri mu ana so bibia possible na do can say ne adeba ko be can say mentally o man stronger wo mu yes nyame aduma next year no wo mu ebe say rem e Champions League num na wo masa bo enu adeba ko a what to do as inconsistency adeba ko a Chelsea team no wo mu ye pa wini match na china wo be lose Wontumi ewini antoasom anu yade baako a enu so adwen ono ne form no so no wo so betumi apagam na afi anu amanso akoye no branch a ya friend Liam Dalab en koma wono ade atudua do nsem ni nyina no enso ngode ba Victor Pereira enso ade kakra de atudua na ene wo se anu ama asi kwa Nottingham Forest Nottingham foi ene nya sem getrakra na wo ene Premiership fixers na enso ene match a ya rani mu nyame Duma otina woman Tottenham and a day ni anya semetu akra na league table no rest the city more sepa Tottenham I was 16th position woman 30 points and a Nottingham for woman I was 17th position with 29 points masa more say na yebuzana say relegation is a mu kom Victor Pereira ubetimi a survive relegation ade amatim no yebetiem and coach no Nottingham Forest coach yentie wase eye relegation de ne mpaye ane se o he se wo mu betimi akam na bibia kama yentie coach no
but you know historical club. I remember this club competing in Europe when I was young. Yeah. It's very strong club, very strong teams, fantastic players, and for us is a honor to be here to fight for this club.
I guess finally, since that first day that you walked into this club to where you are now, even though you necessarily, you haven't got that win that you've been looking for or the goals that you've been looking for, are you more confident now of this club staying in the Premier League than you were that first day?
When I go inside the pitch working with these players, and I see fire and I see commitment, and I feel that they want, we can do it for sure. We can do it. I don't have doubts that we can do it. It will be tough, of course, because the teams that they are fighting in this battle, they are good teams, good clubs, but we can do it for sure.
We can do it, and we are coaching Genius survivor, and so bet me about more, bet me a survivor, our relegation to table, no, and the day at also at the amount now, who is it in New Mexico? 16-17, 1 point different, and a damn, and T said in New Mexico, the ever now for your day, I won't come. I know I said in the Premiership, no, one a table now for race at was here, and your day and common day, but not Tottenham team, no, from also Amamia, goalkeeper friend, and a Vicario. And so reporter man say wo mu kire se oba kwa Sergi awo ne hania na reporter ban say wo mu kire se obetimi available weekend atia Nottingham Forest because how much no ehu ehia ye panti Vicario ebowia and say wo bedam wi ahwe ya ansa na bia ne Sergi no enso matimi abaso eno ayedefuo ade Antonin Kiski say reporter ban say Sergi no ebaso de ma Vicario na say Antonio Kiski the rest of the season so be first choice goalkeeper day amatonan eboboko na no ayen koma and so free all day abaya day I want some nano pay away ntubadi so na ye ba in a Tottenham wo team no so na ye din koma manager I got two door na temete and say any bre abapa na say manager so on the team no injury situation goalkeeper Vicario and America ya tuda so no ne hania and so aka ne ho acha senya asemeto a other boys are womu and some Senka, womu betting any opportunity, Asiakai, say Anacity, and what was Dominic Solanke, Ayobia, one of what training, and he probably Yabasha said in Yama and some Nebesiako. Now, Wama injury update ahead of the game, one in Northern Forest at the boy, coach. I have friend say, I go Tudo, Ekasai.
How are you, Igor? Good?
Good, thank you.
Good. Had a look at training outside. Looked like no fresh problems from Wednesday. Zhao back with the squad. How is Dom Solanke?
Dom didn't train, but probably tomorrow we train with him and he will be available.
Good.
Some problem with him, so I think he'll be okay.
No issues apart from that then? Good news for you?
No.
How are you, Igor? Good?
Good, thank you.
Good. Had a look at training outside.
As I say, and Ramaya come as a supporters na ya do coach. And so Omo Gada say Umbabe Chiao stadium. Umbabe Bajo so because now no ya de kakra. Na eno uni say was so supporters na de. Womu hia omo pa born womu ntimi mbo without supporters. Enti say supporters na mo dano supporters ama ebe hadwen. Yentie coach.
All supporters groups are getting together. Around 15-20,000 are going to be cheering yourself and the team on, the coach going into the stadium. Everyone putting their feelings to one side, supporting you. How does that feel hearing that?
No, nice. What I said already after the game was like a beautiful sensation of feeling of togetherness with the fans. Very rare I felt this. I enjoy feeling, you know, like a sensation that we were doing good in the pitch, but together with them, together with the fans. So that was really nice, rare, as I said, you know. So we need to continue all together. This, if we can say, small positive moment after these two games, where we can recognize small but important things for the squad.
All supporters groups.
I know coach our day and soon atuja I got to do and no na mame kudus Mohammed say Black Stars of Ghana kudus Mohammed and star boy no say yan shada huno epra and so ha kudus Mohammed update on kudus and say coach I got to do area tuja as a kudus Mohammed progressing very well na yan try kudus but the next 10 days kudus ababa back the next 10 days good news and so other Black Stars of Ghana say kudus and so ebetimi abaya the next 10 days you know and so as a Kudus Mohammed, ebetimi aba tiama eneri team no, and after the Black Stars of Ghana, nu yankoma. If you are there by doing something, you know, and so not there by Brentford, who do one team no, I got Tiago, one a striker, as I say, I got names there, one so 20 now or my pressure. You can say go king chat and so our premiership no, Alan Hala, our 22 goals, I got Tiago, and some our Brentford was 19 goals and a day. I'm a team no bra, acquire Jumapa. Now, all I said. See, the manager, I have found Calf Andrews and Omuzanze. I got Tiagua this season. We said all my pressure, golden boot, you know. I guess a Premier League golden boot. Obetimi Ajay, Halan, go name ma of late to say, oh boy. Watching F1 go ma. I go bet me I take opportunity a fee at the goal king. Our premiership numana. Calf Andrew at the atuda say support BIS omotem I'm a player na fi Premier League golden boot oje ese omotem na mrena nie we go Halan etria ema
could win the golden boot this season.
I think similar to the team. We just need to keep striving. He needs to keep striving, pushing hard, which he will, as you can guess. He's an amazing character. He's had a big week, obviously, with his call up to Brazil, which is such a proud moment for him, primarily his family, and us as a football club. It's pretty special. So we're going to support him like we always have. And hopefully he can keep scoring like he has pretty consistently.
Igor Thiago took his goal tally to 9.
Of course, I got Thiago. And we have a Kamaya Brentford match. You have a monitana. You have a goals and some other Beno. I am Koma. If you are a deba manager, to draw and some matches, one player, Bakua, one Iris on some Ebetimiama Jumadiana Kama, at the Amomo, I am Mikael Damsgaard, one also Etimia training or back grass and also by Juma and Ra. And good news at the Amatim and I am Koma de Atuja. You don't some at the best goalkeeper. wiase yakase choose one best goalkeeper wiase this year one abebo team because goalkeepers no oko Real Madrid Thibaut Courtois, Juan Garcia Barcelona, Donnarumma City and have Chelsea Cradium Wontumi Fama Chelsea DMZ the bar Ebehajin David Raya Arsenal and some goalkeepers say Utiem and Common Course Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya Wontumi ni top 3 goalkeepers wiase and funny team and can one best goalkeeper currently was him world goalkeeper and the world champion say Thibaut Courtois obia and say goalkeeping ho pa de obia ni ho hwane matches our dem adema do reserves Thibaut Courtois edu ba bia oba ne nan adwuma otimi stretch ball wo mo ye goalkeepers no was omo hwe ball na omo hwe Thibaut Courtois say wow wotimi ball we unya goalkeeper ketwa enti serves I want to na wa ye ene nuama bebre no okaboma ono de ono ye best goalkeeper we as here Thibaut Courtois David Raya eni and adin komo adin abede ensem play de ba mame Bukayo Saka Manchester City any Arsenal na me adomo chena Wembley and over the year for cup final and some Basu Bukayo Saka adin komo sem afidie de bia ni ho yenye kom na yentie dia honhom abeka trasafo adaya wasem ono wotie nkofo bebre no mo kasa na Arsenal dia afibia sa wo mu ntimi nje and Arsenal ntimi nya osi da bi humbleness was it we are staying humble and almost stay grounded almost you know bebre na homo de wo mu emanko fa kasa mo kasa monka and enye afi no talks more action into Gonzaga.
Listen, we finished second 3 times in a row, like everyone knows that, but yeah, for us I just feel this year we have like that we can do it. We have the quality, we have a great squad, and yeah, I think that mix is what's making me believe. But obviously, at the same time, we haven't achieved anything yet. You know, we're close, but we haven't done it yet. So we're just staying humble, staying grounded. We're letting people speak and just taking it game by game, starting Sunday. And listen, we finished.
What to Bukayo Saka no Mama Pep Guardiola one Mikel Arteta obi ne ban na ore said your final no pay ebefe na unim say for the first time in 66 years ya year for cup final Wembley league title no ore table no so yenya first and second mu ana elkobo the final our top flight in the league in the Premier League no and for the first time 66 years and ye do dikan and do toso wo ana year for cup final womo ensom ball anti Pep Guardiola enso Mikel Arteta omumienu and yadem omatoso ba ko kire ba ko ensom adwuma eno ayenkoma efro adeba yebusa Pep Guardiola enso say woni Mikel Arteta nya dinner of late mosia didi kakra because oni say wa kodam no motimesia o London and asematimeshia our Manchester DBB kakra and wadem atu just only time oni mre adwuma na den because adwuma na wo mo bono nya asemgeto na ono onya kwan travel ko London enko sia Mikel Arteta enko nya dinner ana Mikel Arteta so adwuma no so adema no our London ho wono so ntimi travel ba Manchester enti omunsia na wonim say one day day a ombesia yentie Pep Guardiola on either say o machia recently edidin komo kakra yentie no.
Stones and Silver said that Arsenal's tactics were dark arts, to which Mikel said, I was here, meaning City, for 4 years. I know exactly what went on there. And as I understand it, you weren't particularly happy with him saying that, and you sort of said next time he has to be a bit more specific. Vague, I think was the word you used. I just wonder how are relations now? Good. Are you best friends? You go for dinner?
No, I don't have time to go to London. And I think he has no time with the 4 competitions to come to Manchester.
I mean, some time has passed since then, but is it water under the bridge as far as you're concerned? There's no ill feeling?
When we're here, we are going to see every day during 5-6 hours a day. So the relation is completely different than after 5-6 years in London. Like have a lot of, all the managers have a lot of business to do. But if you want to try to your question before that game, create some conflict with Mikel and myself or Arsenal, I am all enough to do that.
stones and silver.
Now mind games, you know, I starting. I mean, I do much now. Pep Guardiola say Arsenal quadruple no be possible. Arsenal for no, to win 4 titles this season. Na no what they are to do. Na ni no. A man for just mind games and a Pep Guardiola. I starting one year because what the raw woman entry on the ball final. Also so we say aya mo and some bet magic quadruple no. I am some Pep Guardiola. They are to the Pep Guardiola. As a 1 billion no 10 years in he. Omako 22 times our 1 billion. Na 22 times or 1 billion no enyadia ehugra. Na a big challenge and some at the moment woman and so 10 years our no and some abojuma and so our Man City no where say 22 times or 1 billion and yasame to move has in the Nuyama and some betima come reporter what they are to the manager no what they are to I said James Trafford about them and there one and the big goalkeeper na me too much na fatame and I came the bus so you James Trafford one and about them at City Boko na new Pep Guardiola and at the San Simon to na would do and the Arsenal Mwame Ateta near new coach in just inspiration and some hopa not walking and so and it's already relationship with any Pep Guardiola and Buanu Nyama Brema Kwabe Breso and a Pep Guardiola and some Buanu na obedim komo kakra afa any Guardiola ho na yakaso be a inspiration amobia obi a wonu so ahwe no so ahwe say obetimi abone Brahman senior Pep one respect for
me, and the inspiration has been since I was little. For me, that's never gonna change. He's in Manchester, I'm in London.
And you come across Ateta no, and you did some to Daniel Kai Havertz training. Come up and Kai Havertz no, a training war, Timu no Kodano, Max Dorman, Fanama Kodawe, Man City, Pep Guardiola, Pep. Croway because now me Adoma it's na one show ya Croway be hadwin enti Max Dorman and some no Arsenal player and top player and you telling some Mikel Arteta and you to just na me Adoma training no obesha obedin koma hwe said enuama and so ebesia komo another training session na me Adoma ne and what dey be assess and Julian Timber and afi Abranti Odegaard no ayen koma one so na dey atu dawa da so mo ebetimi ameki and aso mo ntimi meki Josh and a cranky ayen panimfo Arsenal team omo anso America for ya womo ekita team no mu na omo say womo ni Mikel Arteta ani Andrew Balta ebesia na fe omanya plan for nyame adoma sama say omo say omo pe full back and afi womo pe central midfielder and afi left wing omo po bia and 10 wa obetime exige boss ni ade and so made akọ enu yankoma say omo adi ade won sabri nyina no ade eba Arsenal coach chairman Josh Kwanka say dem dey atudwa no yese waba achaso no so fly from US of A. What be do in the UK a mountain so and Yami Atuma game and Yami Atuma Basso Bessa or Bemonita Nafe or some arrested Arsenal team no Nuyama and so Ebesia quiet and one some no a day by Man City Pep Guardiola and some team no Bona Pep on and Morocco so say AFCON no Morocco for and Yakrano Musomi a champion Pep Guardiola 2 months in you Senegal for quite trophy and so ever Morocco Omune hosti na yasi above final Senegal for some referee incident womu bonyo so 23 minutes womu ko out ama referee ball resto almost abai yeto game no so Senegal and they champion of the title and also letime course ye wie no 2 months later yes CAF attack decision as some for trophy no come back yemfa koma Morocco na Pep ote asem we wodwo won say no so oni proper opinion bia afa asem ya yebusa no na Pep say ono anya de sem on time reading kenkan nyama internet no so nemo wate se bibisa akoso na wase decision here for the make it a decision no and you Pep Guardiola question am obusa and was omo make decision omo omo behind the scenes yen shada nim omo nya top figures our game num on some yeka AFCON and yeka tournament and yeka omo footballers omo stakeholders players coaches and fans omo krano omo benemum omo yeso omo executive directors and I say omo committee members no makotena baby take decision nam omo take decision time ade ha dwe panchi Pep Guardiola de wapala Pep ensom natime adwa ye de won sem ni nyina no ensom ade ma na no pe e ntubade so mama Victor Osimhen ne ani nkomo na say ball no de ya woni ntem sika wompa said de enu amesi Victor Osimhen can story show our Nigeria ube su na mo se de nyame ayo bi hwe ne ka ene wo hwe ne ka garage enya semeto am o tre the cars awato na we Nigerian comedian baako a ya fa ne kata efi wo ye comedian tesembia ya wo akabeneza ana afem bia wo ene ampranom enso wa Ghana ha big ene comedians a wo mo kroma no sabepe ana branch fa no kata enso mate 1 year wono ana ko Victor Osimhen fio na omokodu ya no Victor atre cars awo Lamborghini ana o show no o G-Wagon na o Rolls Royce a tumsa no se maza enye is a crenting or church and a casa or different cars and Victor Osimhen and some lokita and as a meto our Bobra a branded our Bobby Pa now Victor Osimhen and almost is a game on against Liverpool who pry on Sunday Mupui now what church the reason why San 70 and Premier and Dominic Soboslai and have Ibrahim Konate messenger womu adem man because na momo so and I pray and some by your coach and I say Galatasaray player I friend say ya kan say Victor Osimhen kakra what the to da Victor Nsano nie utimi say what training Nsano ana edane Nsano mu a ha de yentie nkomo no say de nuama enso esi koye
I don't fear anything. Me, I don't face all those things. So for me, all those things not really. I don't even care.
Ask a player, tell him. What did that Liverpool player tell you?
Which player?
Now, what did they do right? I don't know.
Nah, Gasby, McAllister.
Nah.
You say what? Soboslai. What did Soboslai ask you?
So now on feed conversation, but after he come meet me, say. You know, say the thing they serious like that, and also the guy we will get the duet together.
Yeah.
You know, he reach out, he messaged me for Instagram. He say he no mean to hurt me like that. Say na normal thing. Football don't happen, it don't happen. I guess this one are nothing for compared to injury, so I don't get in the past. So
with my boss, I don't go lie for you. That time, that day when they carry picture with the fans for Ghana.
I know they fear anything. Me, I don't face all those things. So for me, all those things.
So Nino, you try Nino, you stitch her 18 times. I know I dear free and the Victor Osimhen as we are dear betting 70 pino and some dear make a cast and say of Fenamon Pra and them and the risk I will give no occupational hazard and some will give an annual day. I know I am comma by a munchi Namia Toma, one will give no and so near match day at the Mavasan company on any team Union Berlin and Omono more Airbo FC Union Berlin and Omono more Airbo. Aduma game no answer 3:30 and Basso Manon Noya and Jonas Olbeck and Leonardo Prescott and a player from Maka when we training goalkeeping department where away na yensha there was Sanaba Straza we training a course so Edema Bayern Eboboko no and no Bayern team no and ya and 70p and some de Baname Tese training a course no Osha said in New City goalkeeper no Jonas ni wano ebedem Diot Upamecano and some Ebebokim Ebejam Conrac Lema ebe Bostanisic ball in Finfini Joshua Kimmich and afi Lanat Karl and so Bob Pavlovich ebe jinemo Michael Lisi and afi Sajin Nabri and Hurricane Omona Belidi attack Edem Amabayan Bobo Kone Adon Semino and so at the Eba Bayern Omako 13 games unbeaten against Union Berlin Oma wini 8 at draw 5 and Omona Union Berlin there Shawoko Chachira 13 matches unbeaten Oma wini 8 at draw 5 and Sama if Deba Vincent Company Sensa one EBG team I France Bayern no 10 youth players and one make you one debut our team numa and yasameto players one make you one a debutant Leonard Karl and after return Mike Ubenya player I fan of Philip the Pavic one yala and after Jonah and Kusi Asari Jonah no one some making debut under and Vincent Company Ubenya Adam Aznu Ubenya Maicon Cardoso Ubenya Felipe Chavas and after David Santos and a Daiba and a branch of friend Dennis Offley woman 10 youth players one make it woman and some debut woman your debut our team of friends and a team of friend by Munch I don't some no and some not ever now what up no Italy for playoff Jason in the away cater Senyami adom mo qualify for World Cup and also mometime diako any Adidas and edem na Jason Ababote Federico Chiesa report am urban is manager Girano Gattuso and some Italian national team no on some Afreno as say no rese omu game awomu and some Nababono womu ebekwa gym na fenu ma kama and we have Federico Chiesa and you did some Adeba Argentina all-time top scorer so say we Argentina and yes I'm going to Accra all-time top scorer and Abrantelio Messi 900 goals. Di Stefano 523. Dalio Onis 461. Carlos Bianchi 433. Sergio Aguero 426 into I said Numa and some city of Argentina and you're doing some but Champions League, you know, it's a red clubs so much goals it's a PSG 1 more 34 goals this season 1 more goals on Bayern Asha 32 goals Atletico our 31 Barca goals and after Real Madrid and some Asha 29 goals you're doing some Adeba this season Champions League, you know, and you're doing come on and some Adeba Barcelona our come new Barca for Bessa Omo Rufus Bruno Omo just running and I said there Bernabeu I know womo epesem womo refrain and they come new and some to report about say womo trust 2027-2028 season and no a season on best womo take it time na fe womo and some let me at the refrain running na you might come and Tabanisa Barca team no womo ebesa go back to Montjuic and no I mid season 2027 na omaye omo wia omo se be take be some months and some and omo de area and the sa roofing no and no a project make Laporte after so winning election or one project of us year and some our come new and you attend 70 pino and some whatever report about Rafinha and some our team and friend of Barcelona say okay 2 years now the contract na be no more report about is still now renew and some answer to 2028 and a reporter but now said the Mexico corner contract to 2028 on the 2 years Akabastona was so basa so I Jumania reporter on the tablet no reporter and some multiple reporter basa and Saudi Arabia woman and some no clubs in the every Saudi abasam and ka omo Parafina no more reporter abanisaunia and so the Tenesa was set now what boy Juma team friend of Barcelona and no I reporter Hans of Flick Barca was a rotation in the and team and Marcus Rashford gamer woman ever bought on Sunday against Rayo Vallecano. Yatese Obama the big role and some Amanabo and no Aya Rashford. The Yateno no Yatese Barca 40% almost in loan every Manchester United and to coach them percent and the woman and some Ama rotation ya Joanna player there and some Nyabi was Xavi expert. Metes Oba start start game no and some Latama Barca against Rayo Vallecano and no Aya Xavi expert or no reporter and no some Lefro no Mateba 10 play demo. Obama me player at the Rayo Vallecano your friend of Palace on Easy na ene Palazon and so as I say Obama Biate Barca she goes also no say in the Barca team no one more question 7 and as a Barca question 7 and yeah and no motivate you ahead of the game and no Barca massa 7 Barca question and no I am some free so whatever doing some no and some Luis de la Fuente I was paying national team hall for the bra now you come say one goal goalkeeper at the Barcelona or top goalkeeper we are seeing na one and already goalkeeper na one go no and some Luis de la Fuente and and the some way and some media to do so did some boy no at the new bebre about the Spanish national team and some and we come and also etima Cosmami Rodrigo our Real Madrid Akrano Gusom crutches egusom asana ha mu atasa na motoma wode eguso nante Rodrigo nie na obompire Bobima Rodrigo say ya resam na rehab no nyama be kama ya we see the speedy recovery eguso our recover on Rodrigo and ya didn't sempi atem na ba we per Madrid this season one more fastest player our La Liga Asensio ujitum Sa Madrid this season player almost so fast our La Liga num adema Madrid player in La Liga. This is the fastest player our La Liga a Real Madrid player. I have friends Asensio and I kakre for the mama Adagula near new come Adagula so they are to just Madrid there wabesua mo Real Madrid no buy no nyama bebre and abuano why improve especially mentally adwenum wase Madrid team a oba wadwen mu bebie Madrid team a oba obesua na mabebre enti Real Madrid no oba na aboa na aman abie ene na dwen mu anu yansam Adagula ade atodo so oba ni teammates no wo mu aboa no wabo DB wabo Antonio Rudiger wabo Alaba wabo Brahim Diaz wabo Fadi Valverde wabo Thibaut Courtois any other players wabeto mo so wo aboa no seniors no oba no wo mu aboa no yepa amo no so matimi agele amanu ama ye kama ade amo no Adagula footballer bia bobola or ritual awoye Ustadi Ronaldo eko si pitch so a on ne odika ni si pitch no so enom dakro ebedi nkomo na Adagula wo musa ne say ritual ben awoye before game players ni bi tie nwom ebi nso sa ema wo mu ho ba wo mu so say the big game no wo be pressure e dey from so Adagula say adeba ko ne so obompaye for Allah say Allah game na o komunum Allah emie kwan enso ema nemom no owia bibia o de ne nan ni fa no on the dikansi pitch no so on shoulder and far left ensi so on the right foot and the dikan enso ba pitch no so on the left no enso abani and ritual and so ogini say ne nan ni fa no ema ne lack ento de ne nan ni fa no dikansi pitch no so a eye den obehye go and asem bia Madrid enso ebe win anani team no enso ebe nya good luck no ayam player aye fa no Adagula atem atuda Vini Junior, one Trent Alexander-Arnold, any Jude Bellingham, Thibaut Courtois, Franco Mastantuano, any Adagula Enra, na omo MMA event or Madrid, and omo and some monitor event na at the N70 Teba way a Madrid top players no, and you do some Teba congratulations and come out Militao, ne wife, Afafro, your friend Taina, and some acronym, na se bibia kama. Womu say womu expenses are crown beba entienche baby boy enso belande womu efe ada Militao on order the first baby ana yewesem anso beba no abrofo no moyama na yefe mutwa picture kama na omo ye kroma obi kaso onyima na emse bema ewu anie bema dwane afrifie atase nya asem etokra basika ofia akra enso nsunti ada Militao enso reporter eba ne se Militao no enso eba ne se de bibia kama eno aye reporter fu whatever do SMP and some deba Vioro baby a pate ebobo no mami pate coach no na yeni nkomo pate bo ene Vioro bobo ko ni coach nye na ni coach fa no Marcelino on Senegal womu a tournament omo eboya ya je title e dey from nsem say and I also say yase Morocco and ya champion also enye normal adenom AS no enye normal kra na adewa ko betimi aka ne say dia Senegal aya ne pitch no so no Sabo no almost have a boy and Omame bo. Omaba bonus as Senegal win ya Dembia, Hamuza yes and one. And to was what did he say? Said in New City be a Senegal and some lay a champion to coaches no and after top officials will be and some letter Senegal chair then some no at the Emanano pay away to my so. Now we are to my CAF Champions League and some Labasuna after CAF Confederation when we have a second leg quarter final. Now RC Balezudad, woman Amia Toma, woman Al Masri and some Lade Bani and after Zamalek and AS Otoho. The one you was some Algia, when any AS Maniama that and some any clubber, you're from Olympic Club Safi, when we game on and so Basu, where I matches a Basu call in the Champions League, you've been a pyramids, woman AS far. Womu came ne baba so ugly any ES Tunis womu and some other ball and after Hilal womu any Aras Bekani womu came no 5 and after 7 we no pyramids match first match no womu born 4 p.m. and after and on some other baso and after the next game ugly and ES Tunis a game near 7 baso and no ayateba Al Hilal Aras Bekani and some ball na first Stade Malien and the team from Mamelodi Sundowns and some match no etimia baso no kakra if you atem be latest nina and some not ba nema me di nema si na bedafo and some not ma ba nema nie na unim se nema Santos e wo game on be ball omone Mineiro ana ebo na sa game no baso Sunday no omo so mo nema emo adaya omo se load e wo nema so doso nema boss game na nema about 3 matches in 7 days nema enya fit Neymar on Friday Neymar no omo bono bam say omo be say Neymar ko World Cup view omo be say Neymar ebe pra enti Neymar no omo bono ban enti Santos and we say Leicester omo de ko bo game on Sunday omo yi Neymar free mo omo bo Neymar ban for World Cup eno kakra if one be dem na Ancelotti no or the Neymar be ko de Neymar palai World Cup friendly games asenka Ancelotti kra etimi no de Neymar ko fam ba ku mienu bi ne ozenka ahode no wo ho Ancelotti said no na yebe final squad no sa Brazil anso edi Neymar ebekwa yem fancy na be form re na yemeto so ya Wontumi 101.3 and afa Wontumi TV live on Facebook no 101.3 F YouTube ya Wontumi TV live yeba na yabeto so be da fatnase oketi yen ko na afa be form re three Wontumi TV yeba na Mizaya se bibia boko de
bibia ya boko barika di sala barika di sala
eno ade na nyize kura but unya nam ni bi wedi
da obia chese bi na fo kremofo yi me fo obia na me nam ha wo wadud ote na no ware maba wadudu di sala on freme
no ngemo ni
ai sai Kovacic kama kura no
wantinka
makura no mentonka
eno aso enya no tiese mukunkum na ntwe ni
ya fansa mu Tofik Gonja yentonka Bature yentonka
tuma o ma wi nam na wi o ma wi
o
ma wi
Easter na bronya be
man frey o
we see Easter na bronya be ba
ya ni mo okay za no anu akare yesu be nya de
yesu be nya
de yesu ye de be se ye
won ko na kremofo Bassett Alhaji Bassett o de ti UK
wantinka
dia muni yeye wo kromo ase pa
zire na fufo ne mo a mo de kai
ne mo na ekọ ene mo na eba Latif Twitter
obiya
kan kire no
omada mi antu munka o de ye damase
okay
ye de ma Mubaraka di Sala
fentio ya ma Mubaraka di Sala o de di fentio de di fent
enam no so muti ya na ebisi wo nti mo de bi wo no
o se we ne kra na enye nam de no
ye
we ye emu ne akoko no
akoko ye
enam drinks ni enam de no le di anim
se no so ba
na mo kakra mo ka ma ye akoko kakra
na nka ye dai
na ye dai
ye ne mo fasting so ye
ne mo fasting so ye ni bo amo
mo fudie
mo demo ye ne mo tikro mo sa fe ne ma wi ye
yeguzo na Steve Oboko de Steve no yes
representing the club
representing the club
adomni ahweyi and nkrofo mo kakra
oso wa na boa no
2 and 3 pool
2 and 3 pools de ko
na so na for na ma sala bia ni ana
I am paibo no ni here
o de open paibo no ompe nam no ni ade ba so de chire wi obidi kakra
kakra ifaka na ya na numunya wo nche very important so I say very very important kafa na de no enti
de every
so enti say me de nam no de when ya na mo mane ha
no meti bi iska o mo no o ma na ma so meti ma me akoto ya de ye beko kase wo no
ye beko kase wo no
so o mo ye bi o suya no na nka ye yakoni pibi
na Newton no woi ana ko di sala na
em do no onu nkremofo no ko sala no
Newton asam na
bi ko bi wuni ye kura
o ko sala azo mu yo mbo sala jam
Aye.
For jam na say.
For I could see Monday they na guaranteed this actually quite often.
Okay. Say on e o ha no dey ade bi to so say o mo bogala bi o mo bogala bi.
Hey, so okay, I come to
o mi use on bo jam o da so wase.
Let's say on a guest of honor.
We come to
Hey,
top superstar o wase o jini din pa.
I'm pe uni e frɛ me. My clean I miss ko. After from you cannot be rich.
On network grass ni. This one no fair.
Huawei na say
Huawei na me frɛ so.
O frɛ so.
I don't know charger go ha.
Yeah, my born rabra. We need new tia se. O new ti one ti mi to fun no ni charger now. No, we ti mi no. Yeah, one come on, Man U Premier League in stories maybe.
Weekend we are a very interesting weekend. So stay with us. In as much as I am, and there are a lot of things we can bring on board and discuss.
Of course.
They are running stories. Why running stories, baby?
Yeah.
And games in the show. Your baby games. Remember how we say your baby games in your baby. When you catch us, your baby.
Yeah.
Now, couple my main shots here free. Obi question obi say me say me nyano say. Dientina Harry Maguire born a red card.
Yeah. Red card incident.
You see, first of all, say player a drew penalty box mu. Na say Ojina in a certain position a obvious goal scoring opportunity. Na odo ho kan na infringement normally you believe say what preventing from scoring because baby I know Ojina no na nka ball na e den obey dey. But the ball na beto atenem. The moment I don't go can is no. Yeah, the be a red card. But my mention what be one match ban. And 3 matches ban.
Okay.
In the English Premier League, the moment you are given a straight red card, the amount of 3 matches automatically needs to be a 3 matches ban. But there are rules that are also attached to the current Premier League in Mrani de bonus say there are certain tackles that attracts a red card. Omu say any violent tackle, violent conduct, extreme tackle, extreme kind of thing. They made them a red card now. Yeah, my own serve 3 match ban, no be serve 1. So the ball was a red card because Harry Maguire prevented a player from baby I know Gina no or yeah an obvious and an infringement. Oh yeah, there that was a foul. Nobody can tell me this was a foul because now Harry Maguire first controlling my Harry Maguire be Dinechi. Dinechi say you know. We need to find a way to first of all to obstruct him.
Yeah, from scoring. And obstruction, there are different ways. For example, your players be on Mombasa that your Monsa Bomon for Monsa and count no matching. On the Monabon fan and 9 count, no matching. A Bassana who play no. So why watching so bad dive? You're not dive your referee moves are do require on the one count and count one diving. Not bonus was I day. I say no. It's in a place where we to be penalty box. When we plan run here, we do penalty box one was slide it. Or slide here, oh man and I know and player no. Who was actually an anabet say? Yeah.
Who was a player not dream was yeah, when the man from 9 and call. If you are no trap, but the corner 9 armor. We're finding a way to obstruct you from scoring. But that is not foul.
Okay.
But whatever Harry Maguire did here, one player no baby or the ball 2 and it was in a blind spot of Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire thought the same could control ball they are called wide. But we or control ball they share him. Or they share him no. Or turning he felt someone was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Into bit muscle move, but na player not did any kind. The player had total control. Player no total control over the ball. Total control. So you bit mark of Matthias Cunha and the Crystal Palace. So back I saw red card near the mark Crystal Palace, Lacra. That red card near far free. And it was a free kick
Okay.
Why no the penalty the Manchester United. I bet now be watching yesterday obvious goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
The same thing. We baby. The same thing. Kwanya Matthias Cunha. E fast to control ball ni be D defender na nim no. E man defender ni show mu referee ni feeling say on the last man.
Yeah.
No obstructing an obvious goal scoring opportunity no. That is the same way as this situation. So Harry Maguire, as experienced as he is, this is a moment I want to try. One try because what's a 1? What it? Me boy.
Yeah.
What's a 2? What the on share?
Yeah.
There's still more time to be played in the game because we've seen Manchester United win games. The moment the game never 10 against 11, no, you need to suffer a little bit, defend a lot, and make sure say move to the results nako.
Those are how one play smart.
That or touch or the first touch ni ma go free ball him cry. First touch, if I know say first touch, mama go be dinner say. So that is a foul. And now maybe I would know oh yeah they are born obeshe. Because of play ball to say what Chan who say.
Yes,
it's because in the left, no.
Yeah.
Ebe press.
Yeah.
The far post. So that is a proper.
And or twisted Magua. On the Magua was coming here.
So first touch no uniform. Why he Magua film cry? Why he Magua film? It's a Hana for the left, no.
Yes.
Ebe so this is a proper goal scoring opportunity. Obvious. It's obvious. Obvious goal scoring opportunity. And I have Magua. So it's a red card.
Okay.
But just maybe. Baby, a man for bed drinks and baby only a sena Amadialo said the penalty. Yes.
You
see, the VAR and its controversies. Yentia same way. You see, in the English Premier League, normally this is what they do. When a referee takes a decision on the field, UTME,
yeah,
and it's very difficult for the VAR to look at it and say we've overturned it.
Okay.
In as much as the VAR, what the English Premier League, you say, I'm accepting errors and mistakes in the Premier League in every mono. The sole responsibility of the referee to take decisions on the field stays a car.
Okay.
In a lot of situations. So Amadialo the referee now blow for penalty. Because referee need demeanor as a minimal contact. Which to me, this is never a minimal contact. Because video I hear Amadialo also have total control over the ball. Just as Ivano Signa total control over the ball. What did they mention? Sure. And defender no nowhere closer to the ball. I can say ball we say one saw Amadialo Mukra and Amadialo at from Krampa Kanabeka. The only way he was supposed to get the ball is about shoving off Amadialo. So video remember I always say Capo, that is a clear penalty. But referee Nina said no. On-field decision nature say penalty because a minimal contact. Over on a better referee say a high contact. You moving on and you call ya. And if I know so the referee na Jane on field and son of no. So be here no make say and Avano so analyze every situation differently.
Okay.
So the moment Amadialo situation happen, I'm analyzing it differently because referee na Mava ono na Jenadie.
Yeah.
And Ava Krampo you question man fi kura. But if I know say the other by any day, they had an interest and make sure that they be had their anya. That is the level of inconsistency in the Premier League refereeing and VAR a hard repair. But Stuart Atto and Angasan, every time Manchester United was him.
Man, for no ditiamo or tiditiamo.
Because mainly Lisandro Martinez could share go, you could jack as a born in your go. Actually, no, the KMI panel on the cotton arsenal. And do uncommon, almost 40 said that goal should have stood.
Yeah.
Manchester United against Chelsea, certain mistakes is a far issue they buy. And I am consistent. This is where United has a problem. And I have one United or the penalty now. Capo motin konko she go no man 1-1. Because we say na referee go play on na bomb the court.
Yeah, so when they lead to that goal.
When they lead to the 1-1.
Yeah.
And a bonus so or the penalty na 2-0 like the dynamics of the game ni na here So the level of inconsistency in terms of refereeing decisions in the Premier League, disheartening. But we see no man you go no. Panel no kwatena se na panel no se there bi. Referee ade awa ye die. Why you be
Premier League referees no so e bi asapa o.
So started to on Ankasa no. That is what he has been doing against Manchester United in several games. So Premier League no be on the referee or this shege dino.
Oh yeah.
Oh so Steve Wood, I will say Liverpool mo de no ho obekire wo.
Say do baby so na Harold Webb so na odima musa.
So what I say? It baby Premier League no baby
obia feel the feelings.
Obia baby o free but you see this is a league. I mean say omu etwetwa aka. Omu de ka wa hanu ma bagia ketwa no wa hanu de akotwa ha de ka. No, that is how they are operating. And I think sometimes their games looks like a fixed. What the Man United game ne to nchen. I watch Liverpool versus Tottenham Hotspur. Me say the game na economics. The results no referee no ba no. What the sheni bottom
say. As well making sure certain results be beba.
On say me hwe Premier League bia na me nya sympathy the Ghana referees. Say anye to the be ye kasa mo too much.
Sir.
Oh yes.
The Ghana for
no more machines kura wo.
Errors see.
Fa kura ye.
Na Ghana referees omo do omani nko an omo de hwe. Me no ya adwen.
Capo to the be slow down. Because when we investment on my year wo
still we errors
say there.
Ghana referees mo ya de.
Weekend we are same way as you know. We obeka say emphasize. Obeka say me catch ro. Referee bi eti baabi dwen wo say no. Stuart Atwala Ginidin. Weekend we ever ten chairs wo me so nyimi din.
Okay.
Ebe shock say yes amra Monday no.
Near Capo.
Na Tuesday no. No for sia. Chese wa beji we din no kura de esi nchen o. Wa catch and say hold my beer. Gina chema me.
I will come.
And odwen wa onti ase. And that has been the conversation for and not Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes say as a referee did 2 penalties there one club no. Now bo odi 2 penalties and 3 penalties what happened?
Penalty need the Emran say do
baby take it.
Yeah. Doesn't matter say
when it comes take it.
Yeah.
So for me Harry Maguire that was a penalty, he deserved the red card. But Robert served one match. And on the other hand side, I think Amad Diallo, it was the same situation as Harry Maguire did. Where I said you show V Amad no sana Maguire did net here. So that should have also been a penalty for Manchester United. That is all. It is a record. Why? Money how Maguire should have been experienced enough in a situation to deal with a lot of things. I think this is for Amad Diallo, Diano, and now we say this is the penalty for
yeah.
So you look at something like this, a proper foul. When
you see it clear, yeah.
Then holds the jersey. And I think Jimenez is also no minimum dream about the 3 months at that time. Players, no, I think you see.
Basically, some mistakes be.
Yeah. But sometimes I due to a break.
Yes.
A bread
more now. Only option yeah.
Yes. Sometimes.
And you
thinking.
What you say? Ball unti chase no.
Yeah. A bread bar.
That's what they need for.
Yeah.
And they true.
That's how bread.
Yeah.
A bread bar hard dream power.
Yeah.
And I think this is a game that was really open. I think for Manchester United they'll be happy with the draw because Capo in the Champions League slots now more penal. See, I know what Chelsea move 7. What Liverpool move 5, right, Steve?
Yeah.
And what Aston Villa move 4. With to be our game in hand. So with a draw like this, it's important. So Aston Villa share a 1 point difference. So Liverpool we need this weekend a 2 points difference. What did they mention? So Chelsea we need a 4 points difference. It puts you in a proper comfortable position, especially when you resume I will bet in 24 days.
Yeah.
As compared to other clubs. And I'll be both fee. For Manchester United's home record under Michael Carrick, it is something that I think the bit more commend you more for the level of performances of Madina. Then they'll be playing against Leeds United. So Obo home sana the probability is a bit more sasheno. They put you and I say a mouse push you in your quest to remain in the Champions League slots and qualify for the competition next season. Tough top Bournemouth Tankasano or Moha Manchester United are doing. When was the last time a United I called Bournemouth 2-0, 3-0? No, it doesn't happen. Old Trafford Kwana fee beginning your United ball 4-4. A card there is a certain United record. Let me say coach have breaking and the coach and this one those saying about team. No more day issue. No more go money no more pogo, no more aba temta. Sa record near say Man United have bought over 320 to 30 games, 330 to 340. Omunya shot first half. They don't lose the game.
No continue winning.
Best draw. Now sa game United lead the first half. It will maybe not Bournemouth game there 4-3. It take last minute.
Yeah.
And a Bournemouth they bet in Bournemouth club lead the United by 3-2. And Casa record no Manchester United and what they want to achieve this is I think they are on the right path. Okay. But this is also a big opportunity for Liverpool and Chelsea in the weekend to catch up. Yes, maybe more games in the so. But I think for United,
okay,
it was not the best resource. And it's not also the worst resource for them. Okay. Intermittent.
I think
they will take it as good. You see, Metie interview me running story say I can remember games name. Now I wanted to get the right translation for whatever Enzo Fernandez Ekafa Maresca won Chelsea. Now the first interview that came about I'm out for a church on Yoma Bibri about in Komodi Pioneer say Enzo Fernandez who say Omoko walk up in a bar we will be discussing the future no who be better. But Utie or more Spanish, any other languages now. They are trying to say that is not the exact thing Enzo Fernandez said. One person would say Enzo Fernandez car a different thing altogether to the can see say or car say on the above World Cup New Year or behave for some take your decision. Whenever South American players start saying some of these things, you know it's heading towards one direction. They want to leave the club. Then number 2, Enzo Fernandez akoye interview and Chebi Akoka say Maresca sake no tiase because no you coach na oboa omo amasi see omunya an identity despite saying results being man but they felt to say there was progression nyoma oye bibi you see Enzo Fernandez costed Chelsea 120 million euros January transfer Liverpool no more pay Enzo Fernandez, but no more Madrid so me fan summer. No Manchester United pay Enzo Fernandez, no more Madrid so me fan summer. No Real Madrid, I not doing so pay Enzo Fernandez, no more Madrid so me fan dabe summer. Every single club that wanted to sign Enzo Fernandez was ready to go in for the summer. No more Kofane deny the Abba. That time Enzo Fernandez about Europe about only 6 months. Capo on a Florentino Luis no. I'm not forming a double partnership. Edema Benfica. But it's something about Benfica and how they sell. Capo. So for some player, they will sell him on the journey in amount. But normally, Anna o train man being ya and a type wow in terms of how we city do Mujumedi. But this was an opportunity and the player felt like me am a being that. What did they mention? I said, Yasako walk up na day. Abba walk up near coin, Makoise, real tournament. I mean, imagine the young best player a day. Our tournament in mistakes so high. I'm ready for the big stage. Capo, then Chelsea be remaka said debi. I could always see Jana Masama ba. Alright, because clubs no more pen on. Yentimini omunko pray for Akuda, which is true. When Real Madrid is there, when Liverpool a player to say, especially being a midfielder, and no we say Liverpool job midfielders need be quiet as at that time. No, only not dreams of see a kind of mom. They'll come.
Yeah.
And when Liverpool has almost only Benfica a business and Chebia. Because Liverpool no matter Darwin Nunes yaba. Because Liverpool were fighting with Manchester United for Darwin Nunes. Liverpool quite no sis kana most of beji betray their mamo. And United pull out. United pull out at Liverpool catch Benfica for say the competition be anymore. O da monte so scano. Say 5 years na dey betray the moment say more senior fentua. Obia won turn na Liverpool for player. So proper good relationship between Benfica and Liverpool. But Utia could an common ordina. I just said they were young who be so bad Chelsea Bia. Your man shut down and he feels like baby on honest talks say no. He needs to be playing in a team that is more competitive. And in the next 1 or 2 years, no, or be open to winning major trophies.
Yeah.
Baby I didn't hear day. Actually no. Meanwhile also contract na 10 years or 8 years in them. A
kwanda
wanim onye ntwamu half. But the big problem is I could always person of Chelsea kono babu say won say 120 million euros na Chelsea when they betray say Canada for Enzo Fernandez. Capo, realistically Chelsea will not want to sell him some of the aboka because in fear no go animu bebre. And now you na kula no so de oye na che so obeso oye dey. So obeso okoso dia nobody is willing to pay the amount of money Chelsea paid for him. And Enzo Fernandez says 1765 ni itewu. Oh yes. Capo na when I bet 120 million na
value
no.
For sure. They won't get that price.
They won't pay. Clubs won't pay for that said amount of money in Infamo. But I think say also true me katentema pre no ho de no ho di nanim bia mentiase kakra. Minimum how Enzo Fernandez sees himself. But I think for even the Argentine national team, they be they can say, oh, in Argentina, I say we can literally go back and make a case for other players within the Argentinian setup. It says that these are players in the tournament, they were top notch. You've won the World Cup, agreed, as the young player, best young player of the tournament. obiara no uni akidie obiara no onye bibia but I think Wontumi can tem the no di Chelsea anim kan
so no who's me a squad now abetum na
soro chen wan
Zana you no na
you've won the World Cup
na adwen kire ni say
me to me Enzo Fernandez mro players be preso Chelsea me omro Caicedo so mame omro Kopama so mame
okay omro Kopama so
Debbie omro Reece James so mame no in terms of player importance or more Chelsea na say na me no do nko say no
yeah we know so player contributions and that stuff
for Argentina you can be a king. And even for the Argentine national team, everybody understands the quality of players that you surrounded with. Now, Messi in Kwanwa
no correct.
How Messi in Kwanwa demo? The Muyan some Obama Messi. Or the born I born, or the Mama Messi. But I know a beer was so chill say. I have one to a certain responsibility. And you can say Obama being Kwan wash be the aje. Nemo was a one Casa also leady. And this is a player Chelsea Ginanechi. Okay, racist chance and yes, so mo take care more Casadity French players no. Abdom ye blacks.
Yeah.
Chelsea defended him. Emuna no mo de captaincy amba nesa here dey. Emma. Me Messi player we in terms of the level of importance what Chelsea onya abotre. Omuro bia so omuro ni pa bibire so club ni mo abeye ye wi ameko ne ye wi ametena. Ene bibi na bibi nti na obo Chelsea so dwe. Na ka midfielders at Chelsea hu o mu wi ase. Timo Matic ne Fabregas sabo. Timo Frank Lampard mu nyina abebo bi de ko. Timo Makelele ne Michael Essien mu abebo bi de akọ. Even the dream no bia na esi team na gunu kra Ramirez ya de ne bebo fifi kra level Ramirez bebo de ma Chelsea kra na buatwe ne ntiase so.
Ngolo Conte mu.
Enka chire kra ne Ngolo Conte mu bebo. So sometimes he needs to tone down.
Okay.
Even in the merit of Chelsea as a football club, I don't think he has even done enough than Messi Mount. Messi Mount at Chelsea for one concern say bema wo play prado oso mo biem akọ. Oba Chelsea no onyam muro de Messi Mount eye wo Chelsea onyam muro sa. So he needs to take his time. Fantastic player. Up and the no future near too big. By Capo, Samuel no ye ho so bro club no so a. You are not being fair. You are not being fair at all.
Oh.
And I think some community after World Cup,
you be more.
And young baby episode. And there's some of the South African players they behave and somehow wondering chase. Like a Bruno Koja United that Bruno say do not Bruno United should be baby. But sometimes Casano.
Yeah, those.
And out we a club captain. No what is so kakra. No be on waiting me there. Atono. But you see, Capo.
Well, Obi Rag games no.
Yes, be
Rag. Mami play top win.
Yeah, my be top 8. But
mami
person who say yasem kakra. Still
okay.
Kwanza.
Yeah, Kwanza.
Livramento. Just for some bro Trent on this one.
Down to what the manager in question wants.
Manager now is Zoom.
But Trent ne Tuchel ne Bellingham no. I think there's an issue that goes beyond just their footballing abilities. Obie who what Trent etimedeba game nim. Obie who no the quality and what he offers to Real Madrid. But and Tuchel so any manager or Ubaka's free baby na or very little him is played against him in the Premier League. In the account will be able to justify why I also will be back into a manager and a preference. That is how I see it. Yes, sure, Kwanza plays in a different position. Kwanza is a centre back. Livramento a ball right back. But say who you see Trent at right back, you need just a system a bit. That is where I feel Onye ready to commit to maintaining someone on Mas Dawson. I'll say he's a player who is fighting for minutes. Until so be a consistent way mainstay, on shut down consider outside. That has been the situation. But here how Madrid bet end this season, But so we're leaving it out in there. Following the commentaries of Tuchel ever since Obefa England and German. Now I sense that at some point Trent being a problem. Say call up no. So me, I'm not surprised. On your part of the team now or the border friendlies.
Well, I'm say community if you know Konina no more now bit will come from coaching side of it. Now, Miza be wait 10 minutes, man.
Yes.
Na
many quickly.
Yeah, 10 minutes man I'm cost you homra. To the bonotofa when we cry now we are mama time and idea because and then so some feel because we want to look into the fundraising stuff and the games.
I think for the games there's going to be the Madrid derby. Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Then Barcelona betting if you saw against Real Vallecano. Then I think say Arsenal versus Manchester City. Now for the Chelsea Everton game, for the Liverpool Brighton game, remember Steve Ababe some of these games, but I think my main touch a little bit on the Barcelona Real Vallecano game. Then Ababe Real Madrid, the Madrid derby, now the Real Arsenal and Manchester City. You see, for Barcelona against Vallecano, I think there's something extraordinary Barcelona are doing this season, and I think for Laporta, he'll be extremely happy with the level of coaching now. Hansi Flick diaba Barcelona. Capo untimi ntena more 14 games will feel now show be fancy 3. There is no single draw. And I think omo yama Camp Nou na mre bi atwam na wo ho no asabe biem. Because abro mo free Camp Nou come music no. Na results ne to de bi afie no mo lusu bi no mo bodro no mo faha no mo sene. But Barcelona can be worst in their away games. But at home, you can trust them to prove to you so omo a quality team, no matter the kind of team ombe setting it up. Omo press it without fear. Out of possession, they believe they have the men and quality to deal with the level of intensity of opposition. But try say, si abo mo ne de to omo chia, ya ba ko fa bo ne de ejo mo defenders ni nyina. And Capo, ade ba kwa last season e bo Barcelona pa na say, so share 4 e be show 5. So share 6 e be show 7. And I say 3 a show 4 because they believe that they will only need to score more than you, even if it is 1 goal to get their 3 points. And omubo fear biana, me sure say opponents as they say on so mu na so mo de ko piem e wo the Camp Nou they will be scared because Mama Hono aye this season. And I think for Real Vallecano, the first leg no mo boy this year will win. The kind of football Vallecano ni mo boy. Tough, very close. And I think for that game, 1-1 compose say Barcelona struggled in that game. Then Omobabe PM was here, and Vallecano was very good for Omo. She Omo ran in the Europa League. Then Omo position on the league. Omo far off in terms of competing with this is in their quality in the Spanish Premier La Liga. For Barcelona, I think somebody looking for said there's an opportunity this weekend to extend. Because there's Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid playing. And first leg in Atletico Madrid could Real Madrid by 5-2. It will be also better Messi in the second leg.
Yeah, for sure.
So at home, I think Barcelona wins this game against Real Vallecano. And if you want to match be over 2.5, Barcelona to win in that angle. But you look at Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid will be also mushia Barcelona na Barcelona show. You see, almost Barcelona on say a money mobility. Atletico Madrid believe that they have enough men and quality to dominate and possess against Barcelona. But almost Real Madrid are in every single phase of the game. Almost are cautious. But for Barcelona, they will have to take the risks and go boot for boot with them. Which is most of the time, the Barcelona attack hit you more on counter breaks, counter attacks. No matter what, I've said, the true identity of the Atletico Madrid team is now missing under Diego Simeone. And you man me a distinct Atletico Madrid from different clubs. 1, the quality of the attack. Number 2, the quality of their defense. Intinia Jimenez at the back line. No Diego Godin. The kind of quality over the years. Strikers crowd here, Cassia quite bebre. From Diego Forlan to Sergio Kun Aguero. Omo number 9 there. Obo Fenya time omo obi. It's European opposition class show monomako 2 striker the number. Omokonomako 2 striker the number. But this time around, one particular position on the field for them, it is still working for them in terms of the attack. So was Solot. Now Julian Alvarez. You have 2 quality center forwards that will make Mama goes from any angle. Also Antoine Griezmann. So a bench also can walk off Dimola Lukman side 9. Alex Baina sometimes on also Timi Bofi rings back. Ono akasa ne ba no wo Giovanni Simoni ni so. So you look at the quality in attack, there is no doubt. But Ubechre na be ha Clement Longley. Na be hela no ma mo a. No say omo team na nkasa na chire ho no, me say the question marks kakra. Ewom. I think for Real Madrid at home this season against Atletico Madrid, the man very difficult. The man almost say Abelu and the Sunday of the season, you know, he's not playing to please a lot of supporters in terms of style of play. Now, what matters to Real Madrid in Como, I mean, this is here and see results and 3 points.
For sure.
It will Champions League games no more 49% possession percent in normal side Miaka league matches so mutimi bono ma bobi about 45. But you be na Real Madrid that show too.
Results no more share for now.
Results no more share for now. Good to have Kylian Mbappe back. Good to have Jude Bellingham back for Real Madrid. And I think at home, Omo pick up the form at the right time.
So it's winning.
Real Madrid double chance in this game against Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
I don't think Atletico Madrid will travel and go and beat Real Madrid.
Okay.
Because born Real Madrid, the bonus is results first before any other thing. By the time they met Atletico Madrid, and Xabi Alonso, Capo, their style of play first. It Alonso try say system na here bono, see ya near bono, but for Abelua, Samuel open a juma, or per se hote. It's only on Bokon boot for boot. You tackle a better, you defend, you be defended. I don't think you're really going to open up and play because about the technical ability of certain players in the middle of the park for Atletico Madrid. I've really enjoyed Pablo Barrios this season. Superb in that midfield for Atletico Madrid. So Real Madrid may capitalize on their weakness, which is their defense. I think some more balls in behind the defensive lines of Atletico Madrid. On best stretch, and Real Madrid will find a way to get at least 1 point
from this game.
Lastly, Arsenal and Manchester City. You see, I am for Chinyani say BDTBH.
China Wembley.
Or China Wembley. But I think so Omumi and Obia will cause to be confident going into this game. For Arsenal, Mikel Arteta before team we say no. Manchester City in the Pep Guardiola. Any share Wembley intimidation and you trophy in front of on the 2 occasions they've met at Wembley, Bakuna FA Cup final. Arteta Sheneji. Bakuna Community Show. Arteta Sheneji. So in terms of playing the one-off game at Wembley, Pep Guardiola saw a boss who said the Ukraine. Untimisha Mikel Arteta can't say trophy. Imagine the idea. But you see, Abrabo ye boy, you will be on a limit, and a baby I will try usher you into a new era. But there is something I've learned about life. Whenever there is going to be a positive change in your life, ushia and you may be a yakakra. And you moment to me a demo kakra. And you moment to me trek kakra. Said at the end of the day, you will appreciate the next level now. Okono. Things don't get easy. For Mikel Arteta, he has actually paid the price. Capo, what cheer price, you know? Arsenal to me cost 7 games, 8 games, 9 games, 10 games. Capo na Arsenal share 2. And I won. Obiansi and Pamono. But I watched the documentary of Arsenal. Any kwanya Mikel Arteta fast so tenas any Eldunistan Kronke muye meeting. They were not convinced about the project. But Mikel Arteta explained to Chomo Kacho Mo say, "Emre bi ada yanim say ni timi kwose ni antimi anuru pempen so ya. Wo de mama mo ho kwan mo betimi ayimadi." Itina na ka bibi say phase 1 Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
Phase 2 Mikel Arteta. Phase 3 obi say mo do phase 5. Eso mo timi. Emre na Arsenal branding nyina na emre ni nie. Arsenal will need to first of all win the psychological battle over Manchester City, because whether we like it or not, Manchester City has been the best club in the Premier League domestically in the last 5 to 6 years. Capo, Omanji EFL Cup, Omanji FA Cup, so Omanji FA Cup, Omanji League, you know. So compare the number of trophies Manchester City had. So the first psychological battle is about beating them and making sure say team no, see and nipa no tear so na club na tear so you dey cash in the back wadwen we bit ma show mo. Number 2, Mikel Arteta will need to also break the mentality barrier between Ono and Pep Guardiola, because we obi aka say apprentice entimi beating the master. Na mom emre ni nie so timi crosses our line and also we need the senior usher itself into a new era. So for example, when Jose Mourinho came to England, the first mental fight Odi can defeat abroad the Porto United Old Trafford and he qualified for the Champions League quarterfinals or the semi-finals. Then fast forward, Oba England no be share Ferguson who ade osade no. Yeah. And osabet na as a Wenger so Pep Guardiola na kasa so ba England no adi can defeat United or Champions League final 2 times. Ti adwene mu no say gina ye and on Saturday beto aso. So every single coach in a new era of the Premier League will need to break a certain limit. Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola started slow na abre omokobo Champions League bi okotia ni free mentally. So these are things are bit by bit, but I think for Arsenal they've gotten to that limit to cross the line, and the line is the final against. And aside this, another crucial game it had. Now Guardiola is out of the Champions League. FA Cup no mu kakra. FA Cup no mu kakra. Sure. Then the year for Cup no. So a realistic opportunity for Guardiola not to go trophyless. Also Ojiwi. Mikel Arteta, the realistic option for him to win a trophy. Or they be beginning a new era for Arsenal. As we win. Liverpool, the bubu omu season ne Paul went to me and the quadruple near the final they lost to Newcastle. Yeah, for sure. So Liverpool just a trophy ni tia Newcastle a season me sure some commitment the better trophies at also. Yeah. And at two. Yeah. But baby omo ko fa Newcastle show mo na na afia say vim ne omo bebre. Arsenal crosses this line and Capo, trust you me. I think Arsenal will not win not less than 3 trophies this season. They need the mentality to win. Almost here the mentality as champions. Bukayo Saka say afi omo nkasa bebre. Also we action. Stay grounded. Also we action no. Na action no. Also action here. So the midfield battle will be there. But Arsenal has so many things in their stock. Set piece quality midfielders who more to decide games, you know. Yeah. But me catch you say, per me stand what I've seen and what I expect from this game. Me catch you say, Arsenal no more biggest game of the ball against Chelsea in the year for Cup final. And I said, so when they beat Chelsea, they win the trophy. Okay. I think Arsenal has a big opportunity this weekend and chance. Somebody defeating Manchester City and Arteta will win the year for Cup. Now it's 3. Oh, me da say Messiah no Benjamin Enyima was Arsenal will win quadruple this season omo beje no Benji message or day aba no Skyfar say good morning Capo update on Madrid them say come here Real Madrid num so a day ama oyibo Boateng was say Kotoko CEO should be given to someone who has football knowledge, connections and can also bring sponsors to Kotoko. Not say Kotoko deserves another elevation. Okay, and we both a message. You know, Richarlison say Capo Neymar on any day, any a question of a day no, and now also a day a buy. Okay, Abdullah Adam Zakaria say update on Madrid. Juma a day ama Mubarak Abdullah say Capo Akomia is Man U fan or Chelsea fan. There is agreement going on right now. Okay, Muzomu deal home come or holding days. Devil and all. Hey, what about the sound? I don't want to do no. Still Ray.
Interesting. I think since when Rooney echo make that statement, you know, I'm out for a drag, you know. Whether on a name or name. Sometimes, you know, you see, I've come to understand, say, there are certain issues you just have to keep your opinion to yourself. The players are Mababo United. I think when Rooney is that player. Okay. However, me feel say Neymar so abeyene there. Could he have been his own main man and challenge Messi and Ronaldo or other team? That is a big question. Nanko Betimaye, the face of Barcelona. That is also another question. But who will be our Pesamba footballer? You bet so much towards Neymar Jr. He's a fantastic footballer. But sometimes I just don't want to compare. I just want us to enjoy whatever each of them offered. Okay. The game of football. Comparison sometimes you just can't compare them. You just can't compare. You just have to enjoy. I love them both. So beyond the qualities. Yes. They all cast samba board. Neymar the be more enjoy board no be fair. Because game we are tighter. I would want to have Neymar on the pitch. When we need somebody to step up at every position for me, I would want to have Rooney. Because Rooney wouldn't mind playing number 2. Yeah. He wouldn't mind playing 6. At some point United or Bayer be ball 6 kakrabo 8. Yeah. Or ball left wing, right wing, center position. And if, let me be sincere, if Rooney is selfish our United probably we wouldn't have seen Ronaldo the way we saw him, and then all the way Akoji the Ballon d'Or trophy and the UEFA Champions League. You know. So media may enjoy them both, may comparison, but every situation will be demanding for will be an quality. That is how I see it. Liverpool ne Brighton and Hope, Fabian Hassler team no. Now open venues are a whole console air de Liverpool the American Express Stadium. In 7 visits, Liverpool have had 2 wins, which means a difficult ground.
Yeah.
Now, these are 2 unpredictable forces, and Liverpool cheers consistently. Ammonia convincing 15 games away, 6 victories for the standard and the stature Liverpool. They are very poor. But midweek, almost show some glimpses of their old selves, but umbetime atwaso at the Real League, and I am a discussion. I difficult. You see, Brighton will come at Liverpool. Liverpool will be tested. Salah will be missing this game, but I feel say Liverpool have a chance in this game. Rio Ngomoha should be starting ahead of Cody Gakpo for his industry, athleticism, and the directness I want to see in this particular game. Szoboszlai likely to go on the right wing or this particular encounter. Capo at the Liverpool. They've not proven a side that are so good in the league and into Kabibi. A game more of a draw. Both teams scoring.
2 teams in Obia produce a goal.
Yes, because me share Brighton last weekend against Sunderland. No money too convincing. Yeah. Into me say 2 teams will score, but say Liverpool to me the show they gave in the midweek area. Then I will give the potential winner of this game, Beko my Liverpool. Okay. But the game say it looks more like a draw. Or this particular encounter. Okay. Everton and Chelsea. You don't know the sort of Chelsea that will be turning up.
Issue.
Yeah, a problem can see this season.
Chelsea TV.
Oh, more to me the BB perform no match 3. I'm a next game no na akoya sem for the Enzo Fernandez kind Messiah enya a take on that. But media measure gentleman and say it's just a clear case of an individual ambition. I feel say it does not align so well with the manager. Onunimuno opeso achieve BBA. Niema ekoso no feel say M1 environment no mwana mane enje. That is why Obeka Sasam. But a day on the manager. That is Liam Rossignol. I say back on we had identity. What is identity? Your club identity. That is your culture, the way they do, they go about their thing. And your coach's identity. That is on the field, what they show. Is it about possession? Is it about high pressing? Is it about counter football? That is their identity. How they build their teams on the field. Until you see under Maresca, we saw identity, which means that under Liam Rossignol, you who be your. So I am not so good in this moment that Chelsea are finding in itself, but I feel most of the Chelsea players also have underperformed. That is why. But against Everton, Capo, Everton game now money Arsenal boy. Arsenal showed signs of would-be champions. Okay. On only day a game that was destined for a draw. And Everton attack, they were busy on the day. Raya Juma Kesepa. And your game for the very first time, you're confident of a Chelsea win. So I will go for a slim victory for Everton. Most of the times now I'm so confident for Chelsea wins, especially against Everton. Against Everton, there. All the time, I was call for Chelsea win. Okay. But recency, any may any game na Everton, Kobo, say one shot made me koto chacha na akoya asem. I see everything picking up.
Jesse Pan, I'm crazy.
Other ones, the Leeds United, a match of equals. But I go Thiago no behind.
Yeah.
Brentford
when you go keen over
they can pick up. But what could be a few goals? There will be goals in this fixture. Newcastle, Sunderland. Hey, City derby. A difficult game. Newcastle from the baptism from the new camp, Ebba to their favorite ground. Sunderland, steam no almost sorry and about form. I'll go Newcastle 2-0 for them to win this. Everton, West Ham, one chasing for survivor. Others want, the other one wants to maintain. They stay our top four. I think Aston Villa will win this game.
Okay.
Villa will win this game. Spurs, Nottingham Forest. Hey,
that's easy. I see all. Count 9 and I'm paying the draw.
Do obey who be out. Arsenal, Manchester City.
Yeah.
Capo. I'm on 4%. Say Pep Guardiola kasa or kasa say obia ni student AYE. Arsenal making the first final in about 6 seasons now. I feel no more Wembley. Say you will be so frequent visit to Wembley. Wako Hopper a Manchester City. Maybe the Champions League exit now will be a good omen to City. Arsenal this season, I also dealing with Wontumi, so all the time they have to overcome doubters. With the Feely had the drop points, they go ahead to win. That has been the story of Arsenal throughout the season. But I'm sure Pep Guardiola are coming back from a very humiliating defeat. 5-2 on aggregate, they are poor. One is Guardiola and in the side.
Yeah.
But can that scoreline also inspire them to come back stronger in this encounter? A game of psychological battle. Should Guardiola and in the side in a winning trophy where it has huge ramifications on how the season will end.
Okay.
So Wontumi winning game where a big statement for them, especially on the Champions League. Arsenal for so major quadruple in Nigeria. I feel Arsenal will win some trophies this season. But this is a game Guardiola will go all out. Because the era of Mikel Arteta on Pesce with the name Guardiola.
Okay.
And this is a game, I mean, him say behind the scenes, Guardiola voice, any word that he needs to say to provoke them, that will be how he will approach this game. But Misro, if Guardiola set it up with just Rodri as the anchor, now still I'll utilize O'Reilly and then Ednuri, so mobile bombarded the area of when Arsenal echo on the transition about how, because idea boy Arsenal pano, how sharp their wingers are.
Sure.
A very Ezen, I feel no yet so much of a favorite of Mikel Arteta, but he gets things done. He is a weapon. A game I will spend time to follow. But Sir Guardiola, every game we know into me and win, it is the end of the road for him in England. He just has to throw in the towel. Yes, but I fancy Sir Guardiola on the side, because more history with this trophy.
Yeah.
And I think leaning more towards a City win. It was this particular finale, but they Manchester City. So I'm picking the first trophy because there are a lot of stories surrounding this encounter. I'm be saying about the dinner with Mikel Arteta. Anything about Mikel Arteta and conversation, Guardiola at this moment on pay. So in as much as on Juma for 4 seasons now he's a rival. And Mikel Arteta the renaissance of Arsenal and or start a new era for Arsenal in terms of winning laurels. Starting with Pep Guardiola in the EFL Cup, Carabao Cup. Capo, I will go for a City win, and if they fail to win, I will then say, I also Guardiola a throw in the towel. The mission in England, I feel about it. And say Arsenal so to me pick this trophy a massive boost.
Osha goes beba more and as a very slim win for the both side. Obi win bia.
You see,
Obi very cautious kakra. Ebe travel to extra na penalties.
City's biggest challenge about how to get past David Raya. I don't know whether you choose sometimes. So changing Kepa there, but a manager who is here to win that big trophy, any chance or gamble.
It's all call out.
Most of the times, there are managers now. Managing trophy, be rated trophies, been and I yes, I go. Koda one or other was a Trafford never that. Or when I yes, but for Mikel Arteta, I don't expect him to put Kepa Arrizabalaga in post because a lot is at stake. And he begins with this Carabao trophy. Ordinarily in the past, we knew the Carabao rating.
Yeah.
But I say here wa, and I say be, unyansa kostro. Maybe kitu ebi ekuta obi ana esomboma. So this trophy, it means a lot to both managers. It has a lot of psychological interpretation into this particular game. But I feel make up for a City victory.
Well, let us say over time right now, Diana. OT Gabriel said Chelsea Everton is going to be a tough game, but Chelsea needs to find a way to win. The least they can do is to win and nothing else. And OT a messenger on also a day. Yes. Serious.
In the and this a Ghana guy, a control midfield,
and easy
in the national team that they win year. But one of the players, what bar would deserve a lot of the talking points. It is a Ghana guy of Everton as PSG in the Senegalese national team at Everton. At the end of at a very consistent game we be fair. And Minyaya Naka all the time Everton Chelsea I go for Chelsea. But this time around I don't think Chelsea will to my maximum points.
Yes, last time I share sign one.
No, nipa nsusu ya so nya mesusu ya. Nipa nsusu ya nya mesusu ya.
Interesting game, but I think Everton.
Onim dey make an account production room oba ya nsusu. Said o ka so be no anu ye.
101.3.
We ye nye umpa de na. Nye say umpenti na ye say wa fa ne sa so.
Na wo betima kwa share.
Mesha no.
Asa basi Chelsea no olu use ka beto so.
Amiri beto so pa ye nye wa ya.
Nyame no na yo na me fa obe na me we Chelsea bi ade na me. Asa ofu yo mu boy na me ka pu.
O pa ye nye wa ya we ye de nkwa.
Me Chelsea de me fa music am.
We our bet. We our bet.
We are pu mbo yo mu boy.
Enye nzisi ya. Abefa. Logika ka we ba ni se ana we se ana boys no all my boys na pa ba o. Oh dear.
Chelsea need the say you say that for masa ntimi nya afuna me be ma force up bia we no ma ko bo ni ma say
force up
ye go Kempinski
Kempinski na
ye hwe de ko eno ansam
break also da eno adana kasa no e de odo bai ti bako dem de akwaso chano pa ma be yi asa no.
Okay.
Penphobia pa serious. De no ba. Jenram enso etimi e Ghana sika yepe ene aboabo ye pese bobo supporters ano enso ekokopiem e World Cup 2026. Me pa so Maya ni did US of any Canada on Ghana. Yenso etimi abase na enra ana mpanimfo so etimi tena se omo ye madwe se la sula la kakra obi anfa mimra oman no wo kakra na de aba na de aba support se ne be yenso betimi akwakopiem ano enso etima World Cup supporters abeko nanum na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Mr President answer din komo bebre na papa nkoma okanya o say plan bia ni nurse public funds nim say omankasa no ombenya sika bia wo metumi ede nurse na supporters akwakopiam answer etima World Cup na some supporters a wo mukasa omodo mu kwese na abani kase ebi odomo kwa be 200 fans no ebe boka be $2 million US dollars eno extra sika nurse so pa but only there they all cancel enyina ne say plan bia ni wo say omubetimi allocate say public funding.
In consonance with the recommendations of the Jamaica Committee report, the government has no plans to allocate public funds for supporters who travel to Canada, the United States, or Mexico to watch the Black Stars or attend the World Cup. The logistical cost of flying, accommodating, and feeding even just 200 supporters to the tournament is staggering. The estimated cost of sponsoring just 200 supporters, that is flights, accommodation, tickets, transportation, and feeding, is estimated at almost $2 million. In consonance with the recommendations of the Jamaica Committee report,
John Dramani Mahama Mampenyo so etimi ewo omanko kru Ghana me no sansa no tu dwane nwati ana ocheche mu se Black Stars na ehunu se eno so etimi dawa edawo saa na obi afa ne saa se eyesa keke no Black Stars anya saa keke o the most renowned brand enso etimi ewo wiase enti Black Stars ne enya keke saa
tourism, trade partnerships, and our reputation within the global community. The Black Stars is one of Ghana's most renowned brands, recognized from Beijing to Buenos Aires, from New York to Nairobi. And how many times have you traveled abroad? And when you say you're from Ghana, the next thing that comes out of
Mr. President, and so it's the two Jana we no ana Mr. Ket Edwin Simono Kraku ono ana FA Capo ono so bejina simpie so na on the nasmodi ka Kenya say on say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebeba no o say ya reset Ghana na o say sa reset agenda no affect the Black Stars yentie some Ket edituja.
The year 2024 was a very, very challenging year for Ghana football. Fast forward 2025, we had to start a campaign to qualify Ghana to US, Canada, and Mexico. And I kept thinking, where can I find the magic, the Midas touch? Then out of the blue, Your Excellency popped up during training of the Black Stars. Beyond that visit, the Black Stars have not lost any competitive game. You will not clap? Believe me, maybe you didn't know he has the Midas touch, but today I have confirmed that he has the Midas touch. Because I'm sure His Excellency has not even taken notice that beyond his visit, before we played against Chad, and after that, Ghana has not lost any competitive game. What that means is that the reset agenda has also affected the Black Stars.
Free cut every Simono Kakuna cut and sweating the banose woke up no so yes kono so de we de Ghana ni bia be peja Betty I mean more Betty so me because omo ko woke up when omo ko no te seba akuno omo ko change aya story o ma ya to the daninya omo ko no makwa akosesa bia yintie sem opani no erituja.
In Stuttgart, the team has lined up a number of games, including a game in Vienna against Austria on the 27th of March. 3 days after, we'll be in Stuttgart against Germany. A few years ago, if you had a fixture like Ghana versus Germany, you'll be afraid. But today, we are very confident that the intangible assets that we have produced over time, the intangible assets that have been put together by Coach Ado and his team will make Ghana proud. We will go
into Simono Kraku and the Sansam Ekokotu Jana Udimsa. The fundraising target no $30 million according to a chairman of the fundraising committee, Honorable Ampimyako, and the Sansam Tuja. Now I say Esadia Obia Pia Kakra now we this simple Taku and Swetimidabano, which is no crown $10 million US dollars. Yentia Samodi Tuja.
Contribution, we haven't checked what the fundraising target is. $30 million, as I mentioned, and if you listen to the pledges and donations on the first day of the launch, we have got more than $10 million, and so that is a good start. And we are going to have other events, and we believe that the contribution, we haven't checked what
kakra Honorable Ampimyako Erituja General Messons and your artist no mienu donate Shatawale yes enti papa na musembo no ye say oh papa for yes and papa mama boss also could donate and no Shatawale donate $100,000 US sem fan support na bibianso entimi enko kama na Shata ekasa ne say no Chinese mu.
From my Hot Wave team, on behalf of my partner, Taha, Saeed, Asharaf, Nana, who is right here with me, with my, team around me, I'll just say this is what I can also do to support the Black Stars, and this is what we are doing. So if you want to also donate, please start donating because we need more money for the Black Stars. Thank you very much.
To John and Wati, another Beam Nation president, Openya Fan Stone Boy, one also a buyer, no, on the Dianadia, or donate $101,000 US dollars, and on also to me donate Nanidian and Chemuum or the physical cash near $81,000, and or the mom physical, not $20,000 US dollars, and num or the production, Ediama Black Stars, and num production, and so to me, Ediama Black Stars, and it's Beam Nation president, it's say
And before I even spoke, the song in the background was well put together under 24 hours by me and an able team of producers. Cost to the tune of at least $20,000, which that has gone. I've taken care of that already, so that is like something present. And then also in terms of contribution, I think we are all here as Ghanaians, so let's be at par. We're donating $81,000 to make it 101. Right? It's just fair. So we have
Big Nation president and Shatta movement president and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama requested say etuo kwatwe ba bia twene na bibians etinya kama opes omo hage no bia hu say oh problem bia ni ho eti enna so hwe ya na sports minister na ni ade Kets and Mr. President is when you had Yenche and Yama Cost Walk Akrana. Omuya two, Amabia Kama.
One more time, Mr. President, I need your permission. If you say yes, I'll go ahead. If not, should they, they should hug. Mr. President says that Stoneboy and Shatawale should hug on stage at this point. Is it possible? This is a request from Mr. President. So you can look at him. I'm not the one asking for it. But Mr. President says that we should have Stoneboy. Ladies and gentlemen. And there you have it.
Anna Stoneboy say, hey. Na Mr. President Simon ko hagia o betima trebe bia kasa wonye omo yama ni je so etimba o yen shift yenjia ni enwram enso to Ghana in Premier League on Friday games out do etimba so nya two games eba so bako eba so Pando Heart of Lions and Shebi ema Heart of Folk and also entimi ansasa game ni bia nwati club of friend 11 wonders enso etimete fu one anamposa one summertest enso etime kote 2-2 o Swedro Sports Stadium ema bia so etime eko kama na and after the game coach Saudi Didi Dramani one other coach and so etime edema club ni dine House of Folk yebusa na say coach na team no performance omo dan na say performance omo dan this season mo ba ye isana ne matie this season ampo Benjamin Asaria na me adoma next weekend unya no omo dan national team no and want some say coach Saudi Dramani Kasai.
It is very discretional. I think that in the first half we controlled the game the way we wanted, and then we came out closely in terms of the chance. We have always played like this, you know, and then they're not getting the needed outcomes. It is all about the outcomes. We know what we can do. We know what we are deficient of. And then we are chasing for something, and we need results to amend ourselves on the league slots.
Okay. Now next week you wouldn't have Benjamin Asari in the squad because he will be traveling with the national team. I mean, keep another clean sheet. What do you have for him before he departs?
Good luck and all the best to the entire team because it's a national team and it's a national assignment.
Masaudi Draman in Commodity Tuja. Now, Yemram out of Lions, Sobu Kocha, they did a Bashiru effort, Bashikele, one also so a D Comoka after the game Yabisano, and he plays the performance and SN was Ifahuno because of Duba Bino Free players not to Toto Nesania Dadia, Bashikele and Switch and some say at the tray.
Well, that is just an anticipation. You always want to anticipate that they will do better. But what is in them is what they are. And then we know when tightness is setting in, they try to economize their performance. And there you cannot do anything about it. The only thing you have to do is to make sure you change them. And the question is, do you have the men at the bench who will come and do the equal tax that they were doing?
So Kakra Tuja, a Brantia and the other Echa Dogli, Sesemetima Kasa Agwabli, or one of the best midfielders, Ghana Premier League and produce you this season a crowd on Bob Bopa. Now after say Lions able draw to House of Folk no say and also fight after the game. On the man of the match, now the same say Eddie Tuja.
Thank you. We thank God for the draw game. Though it's not a win, but we thank God because a game either you win, draw or lose. So far as we get the lose, we thank God for that. Of course. About my performance, we started the league and then gradually we are not on it. And looking at us on the table, when you look at
the two Giant Romo, and so it was Sunday games and us Basso. Now Sunday games and us Basso Nino. I had Delta Club and the Dream Subsea Abetenefi, Hatchensa Edia FC Mediama. Now Enmuna coach at the Ding Adi Ibrahim Tanko and Felix Che Adin Komo. I had the Sunday game and us H1 Toja will be an Imsa Mediama Peliginaje last weekend and Yaman said that Ankoyan Fama Mediama and so an the last game on boy and Yaman Koyan Fama more. Now Enmuna coach Nadin Komo and Felix Che ahead of a Sunday gamer. Woman so Ekwakobo.
I think there's no any guarantee in football, and we are preparing very well. We are playing against a team that have not lost, I think, in the last 5 games, and we are also playing up and half final. So definitely, it's going to be a very different game this side, and then we hope that at the end we will be victorious.
For the past 5-6 games, we are preparing. Yeah, go for the 3 points.
So tia Kamoka Krefon Bani ye sorry now Capo and Abedja for some etimatos now Prince Owusu coach Adama Kumasi Asante Kotoko. In fact, one day so here China on preparation ahead of a big gamer and also etimatoja we know Ibetima Kase a regional derby because at the tennis Omierina Omusa Kumasi Ntiwena derby Kasiepa Nations and Kotoko. A preparation to say ahead of that game. Prince Owusu Edinkomo.
And then we last week we played a friendly match, and then we came back, started training on yesterday, Tuesday, and we've done a lot that we are trying to prepare the boys that we need to win and win badly. So with the boys, their mentality and everything have shifted. I've seen that they are all even together, talking to each other. How can we do it? You know, some of them are even approaching me, telling me this game is a win game. So it looks very good. Last week we played.
And so Tia Kamoka Prince Owusu and so Editu Jana. We can do WB United. And so it would WB Presby Park and easy cry. Omo first division omo say omo so ebetima qualify e dia kwa kopim na omakubu playoff na bia akokama. Enti league matches and the ochana no ba okay ti ba e be enwadwa because na no bi no anti china ye ba na asisi ni na so e dia ma yeti Capo.
Wo be da sembre na ye meto aso. Yes. I think
sir, Enra, the World Cup is getting closer, and I think everything clearly shows that the government is willing to push and support. So the bit may have a memorable World Cup experience. I've always said this is going to be one of the most expensive World Cups. The reason why I'm saying that in here is Canada, Mayuko, US. Mahonya baby, I will go different state. To be for bus, the travels are very comfortable and 8 hours.
Easy.
Sometimes, if you're a journalist and working in tournament, you see, couples all tournament now a journalist at home. You can say free region, we call region we are. Now say bus pan and the qua, and to be a ya because we banana was a bread, John.
Okay.
Now moving from Abidjan to Yamoussoukro, Ofa bus I almost like several hours. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. But I remember there was a time one bus went by a accident to see one of the journalists cry. He drew media center was a topic.
Wow.
And one of them we saw him at hospital and it becomes a headache.
Wow.
But me will be like a flight, internal flight here, quick car.
And
so imagine say a catch or say free Johannesburg caught there and cock over a game. Now one for flight now for bus. About 12 hours. 8 hours. But Tenema will do no set it up near the other.
No bread.
So I think in a nutshell, how our games are in Canada, Toronto, in Philadelphia, in Boston, it's important to say the government will arm themselves going into the World Cup.
Because we now can also know
there are a lot of things.
US no.
Say
unis kanswa menkobi.
Unis kaswa menkobi.
They all can internal one when in our can say flights now all booking flight to America for the other states in Yanko.
And one of the areas on here say what could do no. We start to be no kai can scan no was the same.
One say this here no.
Yes, cook $5.
Station
Yes, cook $5. No, I say cook no multiplied by 12 cedis. 60. Has to cook 60 cedis with but those things are normal. You think about it, but I think preparing ourselves for this World Cup as compared to whatever happened in Brazil. Brazil, I feel like can flight na kosia na koesi and then we don't want to play a competition where the sole focus is all about money. What did they mention? I said, Yempesi a competition now. The sole focus is all about money. I've heard people say that's kind of so easy. If you move around and you manage dinkophobia, any mabons is kebi on manage the clubs. Maybe crack a bit no an fancy flight move and to CAF Champions League in the CAF Confederations Cup matches. How expensive it is, and miscellaneous no crana be to actually in your kebi flight rabani are very important. And everybody will need to put their hands on deck and make sure we have a successful World Cup. You see, Capo Mimi said this can be the start of a beautiful thing or the continuation of the worst kind of competitions we've had as a national team. The start of a beautiful thing here, say, you call AFCON 2006, and you go as you put on your Kunya in 2006 AFCON. What did they mention? I said, you call AFCON even in 2004. But subsequently, the 2006 World Cup set to a new era where Ghanaians enjoyed from that moment, to subsequent tournaments. I will be any year day. And Capo, see, I know Kone your AFCON 2027. Ubuye your AFCON 2028. So it could set us in a positive tone. The next or subsequent tournaments, Ghanaians will enjoy it and anticipate for good results going into such games. And I think just in an animal original price no Puma €99 in the Kakrada so. That's all per customization so €20 so count. So we are speaking in around maybe about 120 euros. Oh, but sometimes when your quality be so boy. Now couple €120 there the amount.
Oh, 120 they wait me at all. No, but
so you me order the acha out and but
to get the feel of it,
oh yes, it will come very soon.
As I will should be able test you, that should be about that
we shall have already.
You better test you as a test and you be
there's a mema Toma dear na me who born me there but most
original.
It must be
I remember so my now it's so many jirija.
It's Puma Yes Cabe more part the bio.
You so many the bio mammy.
But I think the colors and everything is a true representative of who we stand for. Now very deep. And you may be a womb. Colors and designs be a woman couple. I think we've gone back to certain days or the olden times where we enjoy the yellow color in terms of the Black Star strip, and we felt more confident.
Old Black Stars.
On the green one. So we come back to I think Olympic Games back then over has a green has the same thing. I think for the round neck, no see a very possible and stretchy baby. Now her white in so I couldn't time.
Yeah, so why
and then time.
And so couldn't time. So you see, I think it represents.
I don't mean whose story behind it.
No, the Kokwanansi represents also the old folklore stories and here can Ghana and very popular. It's the story, Kokwanansi story. Then you share life experiences that are attached to the story of Kokwanansi. Also, the Biano Bia who Kokwanansi as the villain. So Kokwanansi sebi odidini nyansa ho. Why no so bebu kwasia. But if you take the opposite side of Kokwanansi's story, you are looking at somebody that is very ambitious and uses his wisdom to gain advantage on certain positions that other people don't know about it. Sebi, it's in your say contact your nyansa. So Anansi actually depicts how wisdom works and how you are supposed to do your things. That's why some of who is a villain. And Anansi the trimo day, and Anansi the debi obesi, Anansi sisi4. It's Obeka story bit say Anansi kope eko bi also kope nyansa. And esi nyansa na Anansi ne so no ni wiase oba ni nyansa no nim chen obia. Or fruit no the nyansa na bonafu. And or the fruit or the quan of terrain and Yansan pine as you pay. So the folklore story of how Ghanaians live and operate is associated with Anansi. It's like you crossing no bia you see Anansi sense so it's about life lessons.
But let me tell you Anansi story okay there's a more documentary story no to wha can you say a better story abrofo no bit ma be die dis
oh yes of course
because obe live or born a brand is
and there were other stories company movies say Anansi obi afum okotekte said the owu okay that story say Anansi yet said the owu said the bear omno obi afum said the bear and number any nua ni nyina no
obetimi asenya
opportunity iti eno so che se oma oni ti bebre ama aponchi ache sabi otina wiase ni kwan se oma oni ti bebre because Kokwanansi so wawu edura na do ana Kokwanansi asori afifu na dakem
no ba be dine
no ma eni no wi anu asa akodem ana ni pa kone de scarecrow si na scarecrow we no Kokwanansi sabi ni nyanse wo wiase mu nyina onim se scarecrow enye nipa na yade a ide si wono ma e depict nipa ene yade gulu afefa ho Kokwanansi se wo hedem wo ye me de no abona so na ne saka no abona so mu ana ne saka ade a chi Anansi ne bo hoyi o mo ni ti bebre a o mo aponchi a che sabi ni wiase mu nyanse nyina no
my echi no just like that it's Anansi story that we have time for Kokwanansi and then Anansi sense so we still break o can Anansi say we gra o dey also go Kokwanansi office
you see it's beautiful Mampenyi LED iron because yempo to me taking the mad love of football and football fans from Ghanaians so won't even deprive you Mampenyi are well aware of the average Ghanaian the situations that the Ghanaian goes in so if you be to me from Kumasi Cape Coast Eba Accra Sports Stadium Eba supported Blasters Munya qualification to the World Cup and as a token of thank you to the Ghanaian ordinary Ghanaian say and yam Fred Jumeku or Ghana anyone now will be so mbebwa ama yajeje to bwanka kran ya say Ghana for say bi omunya bi ombehwe akọ experience in the World Cup na nenso sikani aban football mu si yade ombekọ no si betime nya bi from ankrakra ho any company so me feel say ne kwan so aro no enti whoever is participating contributing I think is the right way bibia na amani sika da kakra
emergency time say the koye
e akoye in quote holiday so back to the jersey Puma crafted something nice but I feel the story of the jersey was not properly told. We are just speculating.
They are doing
the legend as a Mwajano. Now you behind every single detail because President Ekasano say the Black Stars are the most, use the word, I've forgotten the exact word that he used.
The most renowned
brown out there, which is true. So if the Black Stars are going outside to represent Ghana, everything they wear will mean it.
And it must be known to us.
The bigger stage at the world stage, you say, Puma. I think they could have done it in a different way. Ebema Samuel I share every single detail about it, rather than say,
just like that.
Agency. So, but everything there, symbolism, it means a lot. Into Chika now who we are, it means this. It means that. So the meaning to every single inscription and what Jesse
must be told.
It must be told. That is my only issue with it. Okay. And again, Nyame Aduma Ghana League net to us has a to us board run. Coach, you say we know. Coach, I think it's about time you tell us you know, but you don't have the right to solve the problem. He's a fantastic coach, Didi. I love him so much. But draw no, the ability of players be on taking responsibility of goal scoring, and coach will practice it over and over again. But on when Timmy Anya Hadri Kotoko needs to bounce back. 2030 and 17 until we are fun. This is the Garden City derby. People should be there to watch these boys and hear how they will respond to the disappointing results that Omania in recent times. A lot is at stake. Mediama dreams. There's a lot. Go Stars home to Vision. Go Stars are in for a proper game. The game not ended drawing the Vision what they are carrying, boys no more honor. They will make you suffer. Brekum Chelsea, they are fighting to save themselves. A gamer. Me pesa coach Samobodu nini team no. It's in fact 3 months. Obo home to Kerala.
Okay.
And Kerala, very strong. Even when they travel, you see them say Kerala.
Samobodu and Timanche we need ever had.
Cause baby at Chelsea Dano, they are also candidates.
For relegation.
Those say be more bang that point, but a gamer. I'm expecting coach Samobodu so benya maximum point. Any easy, very tough. And then